I mean, the last time I talked, I heard about a whole Chelsea rebrand. But if you guys want to go back to your slutty ways, going through managers,
Wow.
Let Vader speak on it.
They're pin out themselves now.
Speak your truth, Vader.
Did you know how many times I cried? You know how many times I cried, bro? Every time I see Nagelsmann coaching,
you can't call this team a golden generation. There's nothing.
Hans was asked, what is a register? I swear he said, someone.
Ain't no way. I knew it.
Once is an anomaly, twice a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern, 4 times is juju. That's my saying. So I'm sorry, it's witchcraft is happening. Okay. Oh wow. So, guys, welcome to the Hangout. Welcome to the Hangout. We all know what we'll be discussing now because things have been intensifying. You know, as in the words of Eric, things unfortunately have been happening, man. But we'll get there, man. So let me just tell you what's going to be on the show, man. So we're going to talk about the EPL title race. It has been quite an eventful, monumental day within the EPL title race. So we're going to talk about Aston, but specifically City. And so, because what happened to City? Because we thought that City would have taken advantage, because it just seems that it's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back for Man City. So after that, we'll then obviously look at Potter, see what's happening with Potter and so forth, and where and how can we. So the main aim of this is how can we get that man sacked? How can we get your boy Potter sacked? We're gonna look at Spain, Real Madrid getting the Dubinsky, and why is Vini being insulted so much, man? Why is Vini being insulted so much? But Real Madrid the same also. So we'll be looking a little bit at Spain. We might look back at Italy as well, touching upon Napoli and just how good is our Osimhen and Kivicha, and how are we rating that double act of Kivicha and Osimhen? And we're going to look at Germany. You know, Bayern Munich lost.
No.
Yes, we will. We have to look at Bayern Munich and looking at what's happening there, because if Union Berlin, if the Union from Berlin, if these guys manage to say what's up, then it's
takes the wheel.
Get out of the union, man.
It's
workers'
getting
union.
very real. It's getting very real, man. So guys, so again, shout out to you guys, man. Remember, guys, like that vid, subscribe if you're new. If you want to join in on the show, feel free to join in on the show. Just click the link on my Twitter page. Either head to the website and look on my Twitter feed, or go to my Twitter page and click the link in there. It is open to anybody who wants to join, man. So, look, man, obviously, we're going to build up to the whole Potter thing because I have been looking at the Potter. But before we get that, I want us to look at the EPL, man. So, let me just put my stream marker here, man. So, what we're doing, so EPL. I'm shocked. And you know what? If you are a neutral, which I actually am, based on what has happened and so forth, I think things are becoming extremely exciting now. And I want to confess to J2S with this because J2S, I don't want any kind of nonsense from you because I think we now know what is happening and I don't want you to jinx it or go crazy. Now, this is as things stand. So, Arsenal, 54 points, City, 52 points, United, 46 points. And obviously, you have Newcastle with 41 points, Spurs 39. Because Spurs can say what's up, but they'll have a game over, man. Well, Fulham are doing all right, man. Fulham are doing
Where's
all right.
Chelsea again?
Scroll down, for goodness
Where's
sake,
Chelsea?
man. Scroll down, man. We need
Scroll
that.
down, FC.
We'll-
Yeah,
Scroll down,
I
FC.
don't see London Blues. You need to scroll
We'll
down a
get
bit,
there.
you know.
We'll get there. Don't worry, we'll get there. So
Zoom
look, I mean,
out.
J2S, I'm confused because I would now look. This is good for a neutral, but I'm confused. I really believed that after City beat Arsenal in what I thought would be a crucial game, City would go on a winning run and they'd be referring back to what they were about. Is this going to be a really weird season? Because it is very uncharacteristic of City to drop points after that huge win and drop points to Nottingham Forest, and especially given how Arsenal have turned. So, is this another monumental turn in the season, or do you think we're just going to have a lot more unpredictable moments?
It's going to be unpredictable because even today, the Arsenal game, they scored 2 goals in injury time.
Yeah.
And the third goal, the one that broke the tie, obviously, was an own goal by Martinez from the Jorginho shot that went off the bar.
Yeah.
And then the Man City game today, they completely dominated Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest had one shot on target the whole game, basically. And it was the goal.
Wow.
And it's just Chris Wood basically ran through the whole field with no one was putting any pressure on him. He just tapped it in. I don't know what Man City are doing because he did a 3-2, 4-1, I think it was. It was another weird formation again. And the Norwegian Viking missed 2 in the space of 30 seconds, 2 great chances. He's not turning up now. He turned up for the Arsenal game and then he just disappears again. Such a strange player.
So I mean, are we saying that the Viking is a fraud? Are we saying he's a fraud with 26 goals?
I mean, he's going against, what was it, like Thomas Cook in
In
defense?
history
and stuff
chart.
like that. I mean, who are these players in defense? It's like Ronaldo last year scored against 10 teams, 10 matches, but he got 8 goals.
No, come on, shit. I mean,
He dunked on Tottenham and not Norwich. We got teams like Bournemouth in this league. What are we expecting?
So okay, okay now. Now this is what I really wanted to ask you now. Come on, you're in the title race.
No, we're
Come
not.
on.
We're not.
I mean,
in
okay,
the
look
title
at how
race.
things are. Okay, let me ask this: if you beat Leicester City tomorrow, are you still going to deny that you're in the title race?
Yeah, because we're not in the title race.
Okay, I mean, shout out to Mason Wood and so forth. But if you win, that's 49 points. How are you not within touching distance of the title with 49 points if you beat Leicester tomorrow?
Because we're not in a title. Just accept the fact Man United are not in a title race.
Okay. Are you saying this because you don't want to jinx them and so forth? So you truly believe it, but you just don't want to, because if you say because you don't want to jinx them, okay, I get it. Trust me. If anybody knows about jinxing, it's me. So you basically you don't want to say that they're terrorists because you don't want to jinx your
All
team.
I'm going to say is we're a work in progress. Just going to leave it at that.
Speaking of work in progress, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I don't know. That's not work in progress. I don't know what that is.
Shout out to Chelsea.
That's
Only
a
thing
work
that might
in
be happy
disaster.
tonight.
No. That's a walking disaster, man. It's called a walking disaster. Shout out to Gryffindor and Slytherin, man. RDS,
Weird.
man.
Is that what we're saying now? Chelsea doing weird.
Yeah, quid. RDS, what are we saying about this title race, man? After what's happened today, man?
Where's Don Smoke?
They don't turn up whenever they don't do well.
Where's Patrick? Where's
It's
Don't
a-
Smoke? Where
I
are the
just saw-
City fans?
I just saw a lot of chest after the Arsenal game, and fair enough, they deserve to be Arsenal. But I don't get why this season, every time that they stumble, you just City fans just seem to disappear. Like it's weird. Like it's like on the one hand you're saying that we're going to go on an amazing run and we slap them and typical City, and then when it goes against them, they're like, well, Pep is a fraud. Like I don't know, it's just weird. So that's what's my thing. City and PSG for that matter. So because I still don't know where Delta is after what happened last week. But as far as the title race is concerned, I've always said sometimes that the games between the two were gonna decide the title. We saw, whatever you say about Arsenal, we saw a lot of character from this Arsenal side. Clearly, they missed Partey. I know he's got like a muscle strain or something. I don't know, was it someone put it in the comments? I don't know, was it Oz or Paul? I think it might have been Paul that put in the comments where the Arsenal are going to obviously Gabriel Jesus isn't that far. Like I think he might be back from the beginning of March. So if Arsenal are still top of the league, especially with a game in hand, and now Jesus is going to come back, Partey will be fit, etc. Then you're thinking, I think if they're top in March, I think they might end up doing it. Because I think if Jesus, because bear in mind, this team has played this way without Jesus. Jesus was cooking for them before. So for them to now come back, I think possibly you can consider Arsenal favourites. So City have to do something, but I just think that like they look like a team where when they need to get the win, they'll get it. But for some reason, they'll just like underestimate. I mean, come on, how can City go to Forest and underestimate a team that has more UCLs than you? Like, for goodness sake, you know what I mean?
Artists, we're not doing this.
No. Come on,
we're not doing this.
No. Forest have 2 UCLs, and they have one of the most, and they have a keeper in Keylor Navas who has more UCLs than most clubs, and yet they thought, you know what, we're going to go there and slap them. It was 1-1. You know what I mean? So more respect, as Mourinho would say. Respect. So City disrespected Forest today, an actual European club of heritage, and they got bantered for it. So so I think at the end of the day, like if City continue to, because we're getting into part of the season where like clubs are now we start to fight for relegation. So they're like, oh my goodness, we need to get points. So if you face any teams in the sort of bottom 5 or 6 or something, like for example, Chelsea did with Southampton today.
Wow.
No. I'm just saying that they need points. They need points. It's gonna be difficult. Sorry,
I mean, artists, we are heading towards that. At this rate, we're heading towards the arena of where we will need points as well, and so forth. So.
No. Come on, Chelsea. As you told, as all the Chelsea fans told me at the start of the season, before the season, when you Modric, Enzo, etc. Trust the process. You guys will be fine. So don't worry about it. Like you just focus on backing Potter and doing your thing. So yeah, that's my two. Did you have him up on Chelsea? Or just the title race we're talking about? Is Chelsea
no, this just is no Chelsea is
okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll be backing Chelsea.
Paul, what do you think about this title race, man?
Let me gather my thoughts because I just come from a very emotional game.
Yes.
This is I talked about it. Yeah, you're gonna say.
No. Go for it, Paul. Go for it.
I talked about it in the group, and it's like all the time. At the end of the day, reality is we knew Arsenal were gonna drop points. They were all the teams have a part in the season where they are gonna be falling off, and the reality is that we all knew right now that part of the season we all know is Jesus off, Partey off, and the point is, as I said, as RDS has said. That I said, if Arsenal keep the top, and they recover Jesus and they recover Partey, I mean, be realistic. Like, how did that team play when they were all fully healthy? Like, it was ridiculous. So I'm always seeing in the social media, and again, I don't have anything against City. I respect, in general, I think they're an efficient club. Um, but it's just that every time, like everyone is waiting for Arsenal to just crumble a little bit. That shows that everyone is scared because it's a very it's a very real possibility. Because, and again, this last game, HH, and I know these kind of games where, okay, yeah, Jorginho's shot wasn't going in and it went from a rebound, but these kind of games that you win in the last minute against a hard team, doing a comeback in this part of the season, these games are the games of a champion. These kind of games are the games that champions have to win to win the league, and this is it. And so the thing is, Arsenal are getting getting out alive from their worst period, and City are not taking advantage of it, and the time is running out.
So does anyone, because before I move on to Liverpool briefly, does anyone have any thoughts on City and Arsenal and the title race? Who hasn't spoken?
Yeah, I've got thoughts.
Eric, no, you don't. Eric, no, you don't. Eric, I need you to save your vocal strengths for a particular topic. So, Eric, I don't want to hear anything from you until we get to that topic.
It's good to see you back, Eric.
Eric, you think that you're going to come and talk about Liverpool, Arsenal, and you don't talk about the pièce de résistance? Eric, what's come on? Eric, mute your damn mic, and I will unmute you when it comes. So, apart from Eric, Blue, and Kenny, any more thoughts on this whole situation and so forth? All right, so let me now.
Yeah, I want to say something.
Smash, go for it.
I think the biggest problem are not the biggest benefit for Arsenal is not how good Arsenal are, is because how bad Man City are this year. That's why Arsenal are gonna win. Man City are inconsistent. Their defense is lacking. They had a creative problem. Now they create a lot of chances, but they don't finish it. On Haaland, he's a little bit of a fraud. He's just a goal scorer. That's it.
26 goals.
Yeah, still a little bit of a fraud for me, but he never did that in the Bundesliga. But whatever.
I want to not touch. I'm actually not worried now because I want to touch very briefly on Liverpool. Because again, I don't know whether Miss Smallwood is going crazy or so forth. Can someone please tell me how the hell are Liverpool within touching distance of top 4?
It's because of Newcastle.
They have a game in hand as well.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to scroll down any further, but
6 points.
Who is the game in hand against? Is it Chelsea?
No, Brighton.
Already played that. Already played that.
Oh,
That was
it's
0-0. So I thought, okay, was it Brighton? Oh wow.
But they've already played Brighton twice.
No, it was a FA Cup that they played. They played them
'cause
once
they
in the
lost,
league.
They drew at home 3-3 and they lost away 3-0.
Really, is it? It's not. I thought it was Brighton.
I mean,
To be fair, like when you look at Champions League, it's going to be rough against Real Madrid. But if they lose against Real Madrid, they're going to just have the league to focus and maybe make a run for top 4.
Look, I have, especially looking at what Liverpool are doing and so forth, I've got, because I want to save my theories about that game for Sunday. So I'm going to save my theories for Sunday about that game. But all right, let me come to no, I don't want to come to the Chelsea guys. Okay, let me come to J Swiss. J Swiss, do you think Liverpool make top 4? Because my argument is this: Newcastle hard to beat, but they could just keep on drawing. Tottenham, they're the most unpredictable team out there. Fulham and Brighton, I think that their lack of squad quality will eventually catch up to them. And it seems as if Gakpo has got his goal, guys have got his goal, and they've just totally found their feet. So what are you saying? Can Liverpool actually do it?
Gakpo and Nunez scored today. I mean, if you put a bet on that, you would put a lot of money. So that says a lot. I mean, I don't trust Newcastle. If they lose the cup, especially the final, that could hamper their season a lot. And Pope's out for 3 games now because he did that stupid challenge. Don't know what he's doing, running out of goal and saving it.
Shout out to
then-
Karius, man. Shout out to Karius.
Oh my god.
If United lose that game, bro.
No,
I
don't
know,
worry.
I know.
He's gonna ball roll.
I dare you to lose
He's gonna
that game.
do
I dare you to
the
lose that
ball
game.
roll.
I
He's
dare
gonna do the ball roll
Against
to
Karius.
Wout Weghorst, and Wout Weghorst can tap it in. So don't worry, United will win.
Oh, just what did he say? So he said, "Don't worry, United will definitely win. Easy dub."
Yeah, believe in the Qataris, man. We're starting to pay them off. We're paying off the Premier League now. It's coming. It's coming, guys. It's coming.
What's it called? Juve fan. Can Liverpool make top 4?
Yes. No, I don't think really. Tottenham are. I think they're the same level as Tottenham. They will make like 5th, 6th. But I don't see them making
Juve
4th.
fan. Having Edgar Davids in your AVI won't stop you from going to jail. So February 22nd is still happening.
That's nothing. I'm just appreciating the most dangerous midfielder my club has ever had.
100%. I know, but also let's respect 2023 and February 20th. I think we are a few days away from February 22nd. So we're back in quarter 22nd.
Juventus
this one's better.
Juventus are going to beat Nanates, by the way.
Italy are just Italy are a country with a terrible justice system. That is all we are being persecuted as a club.
Juve fan.
That is not funny. That it's abuse.
Do you think they make top 4? Do you think they make top 4?
I don't know. I'm not Nostradamus. I don't have a clue what Liverpool will do. I'm struggling with my own club, but I think not. They will make 5th place. I see Newcastle. That is my prediction. Will make the 4th place.
Even though they've been drawing like crazy. They've had 11 draws.
Yeah, but like Fergie says, like draws actually they count as 1 point. Losses are 0. So if you keep building up that 1 point, eventually you'll have a lot of points.
But again, shout out to Miss Smallwood. I forgot what someone said that it's almost better to try to go for a win and gain the loss rather than playing for a draw, because at the end of the day, if Liverpool continue to pick up these wins, if you lost here but continue to pick up these wins, it will accumulate more than if Newcastle keep on drawing. Because that's 3 points, 3 points, which is 2 more points than thingy. So it will accumulate more for Liverpool.
That's true, but the year that Arsenal, went invisible, people forget, but they also drew 15 games. That also helped. They didn't win like every single game and like drew 5. They drew 15 games and lost none. So those points they helped. So a draw is a point at the end of the day, and it really helps.
Barry, Liverpool. Do you think they make top 4?
Get back to me, please.
All right. Core. Do Liverpool make top 4? Core. I know you're there, man. Core. I know you're there. Paul. Liverpool. Do you think they make top 4, Paul?
I think they'll stay at 5th.
So you say Newcastle make top 4?
I don't know if Newcastle. I think they will. I think these kind of teams that are more hungry for good positions in the league, at the end of the season will reactivate themselves. I think they will.
Okay, so you see, I want to save a lot of these your dubs.
Can I say something about Liverpool?
Okay, so go for it.
I think they will make top 4. I think the players and Klopp are on the up, and I think they look offensively better. Gakpo, and Darwin Nunez score. It's a fucking miracle. And I think Klopp has found out how to play with the players again. So I think they make top 4.
Did anyone see Darwin Nunez's goal? Like his touch?
Yeah, his control.
Oh, please.
Yeah,
Control was a bit
good up.
iffy, but
He's evolving,
finish was cool.
basically. He's evolving. He's evolving.
Just give me a break,
Yeah.
man. Wait,
That pass from Salah was nice.
Just saying all my narratives have now gone, are now done as destroyed now. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes.
Give me a break.
I mean, you got the
I'm
bottom one,
good
right?
again.
Barry, talk to me. Barry, what are you saying?
Yeah. Now for real, Liverpool. Well, they have no cup competitions to play. Left. I think. Do they play the FA Cup or?
They got knocked out.
No,
Okay, yeah. So basically, they just have the Premier League and the Champions League, and if they lose to Real Madrid, they just have the league to focus. And they've already made a similar little push 2 years ago, and when they were dealing with all their injuries and everything, but they made a push for top four, and they could maybe do that again. So it's just gonna depend on the form of the other teams. Can you pull up the Premier League table for me, please? Just to see, like, yeah. So Newcastle, yeah, they've been drawing, but
Yeah.
the final against Man United can really like dictate what could happen. You know, maybe if they take a nail against United.
They have Karius in goal.
Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see.
See what? Him concede four goals?
No, but it's true.
But see, we United. I don't know, man. 6 trophies, no, 6 years without a trophy. You know, who knows? But yeah.
Newcastle got 50-something years out of trophy. So
no, but guys, like, let's be honest. In the Liverpool Newcastle game, like, we can't ignore the fact that they were 10 men down. And in fact, I saw the first half of the game, and I don't know the second half, but the first half. No, I'm lying. I saw the first and part of the second half, and in what I saw, it was a very open game. Like, Newcastle had their chances. It's not like Liverpool completely dominated them. Like, even after the 0-2, Newcastle were having threats. So I see Liverpool still too open of a team. I don't know. I think they're all evolving though.
Yeah, but it's the part of the season where it gets really real, and Liverpool have done this before, so maybe you can put your money on them to make top four.
Okay, so let me hear this now. So Paul, this is where you take center stage, man. So Paul, first thing here, do you believe you can still win La Liga, or have you given it up to Barcelona?
No. I think that it all depends on the. You know what? I think it all depends on United. If United get the job done in the Trafford, I think normally with the rest of the teams you think, well, Barca don't have such a bad schedule, then they will focus on that. The problem is Barca are on a streak. The moment you break that streak, right? They will have ups and downs. They will start to crumble a little bit. That happened as well in the other season. They had a great streak, then it was broken, and then they kind of started to be sloppy. So I think the crucial game is there, where perhaps even the perfect game would be Barca are almost going to win it, and United come back and destroy their hopes and dreams. But yeah, to be honest, it's also true that I think Real Madrid are coming back in form. So I think there's still a chance, but it all depends on. It doesn't depend on Madrid, to be honest. It just depends on Barca and United.
Okay, so and there's another thing here, and I think you've been talking about this. What's fans' issue with Vini? What is the issue with Vini? Why are they trying to go against my boy, man?
Bro, I was so pissed off. You know, the problem with Vinicius is not. Look, I disagree. It's racism. Okay, it's not racism. At least it's not the cause. I think, you know, when the cause is something else, and then racism comes, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is, look, Vinicius. I've always said this. He's young. He's naive. Sometimes he's stupid. He gets in fights he shouldn't be. He sometimes says things that shouldn't say. But having said that, like, it's very simple. The players have seen that they can get in Vinicius' head very easily. You didn't see this thing with Rhys James. You didn't see this thing with European right backs. You didn't see this in the Club World Cup. Why? Because they're actually either they're respectful, or either they don't need to get in Vini's head to win duels. Then you get to teams like Osasuna. Then you get teams to, like, not all teams in La Liga do this, by the way. You get to those teams, and then they start to get in Vinicius' head. Vinicius responds back, and because in the stadium, Real Madrid is always the villain, right? Because we're the biggest club, so we're always the bad and the big bad wolf. Then I mean, this was so, bro. This game, and I think, and I portray myself. I think I'm a kind of objective, right? I don't think I'm very tribal. But bro, this game, oh my god, HS. If this was live and I was doing a reaction, oh my fucking god, this game got me so worked up that I was shouting, like, I was wishing Vinicius, and I don't like that, but I was wishing Vinicius did like 5 Neymar, like fucking laughed at them, signaling them and saying them you are stupid because, oh my god, bro, there's so many things happen in this game with fans. In the minute of silence at the beginning of the game,
Oh yeah, for the Turkey and Syria.
for the Turkey thing, just at the end, someone shouted like Vinicius, son of a bitch.
Hmm.
And it was very clearly heard in all the stadium. That's
Oh, wow.
the stadium, like the game hasn't even begun, and already the stadium is like, it's crazy every time Vinicius touches the ball. So
No, but because you know what it is, it's like that's how people are, because people are sheep. Once something
no.
starts and
HH,
something
this
gets,
is
so now it's like,
crazy.
okay, now going against Vini, this is now a thing to do, and now it's like a knock-on effect
yeah,
of
but
for
there is
fans to
something
do
I
stuff.
don't understand, because listen, I get the people are tribal and everything, but I've
Oh no,
legit,
and stupid, tribal
I know,
and
yeah,
stupid.
yeah, but I've never seen in my entire life the hate Vinicius gets in history. I mean,
Yeah.
in a stadium, in my fucking life.
Yeah, like every single stadium in La Liga he travels, he gets
Crazy.
booed, insulted. It's crazy.
But
I mean,
it's
it's
wow. And then, and I want to say one more thing about this, because it's very the Spanish media, who all people, everyone says that it's Madrid bought, and part of it is. Let's not fool ourselves. But things like Marca, things like us, they are giving. This is not a joke, okay? You can check this out. They are giving interviews like every week to the very same players that create this very same right backs and captains of other teams that create drama with Vinicius. And then there was this Athletic Bilbao guy that actually he was being asked in a live interview in Mark and everything. No, but you think Vinicius? And he say no. I don't think. Like, he was trying kind of defending him and getting, calming the situation down, and they were censoring him. This happened with him, with Foyth in Villarreal, who he's actually a very sounded name.
Yeah.
Like, because he's good, he didn't need to do stupid things against Vini to win the duels. So obviously he didn't get into the shit. So those players are being censored, right? And the players like Moy Gomez from Osasuna, like the Maffeo, who I hope he gets in jail because he's a fucking criminal. I say this openly. Like, these guys get interviews, so more players will keep doing this because they get public recognition.
They're putting fuel to the fire. I want to hit this debate scheme, man, in relation to this, man. This is what Tapewa, who says, thank you, good brother HH, using your sorcery for good. You see, no, this is why, because basically I put out a tweet saying that, literally, you can't beat Osasuna. Literally 2 minutes afterwards, Valverde scored. Quality goal by Valverde.
Elon Musk should do something from banning you from tweeting during games.
No, but here's the thing. I can do it for good. I just need to try to find a way to use that to get Potter sacked. That's my main thing. There's a way to do it for Potter to get sacked. Okay, so guys, let's now go to the pièce de résistance.
All right, I'm going to leave the stream to you guys.
All right, man. Peace out. So we are now in Potter territory, man. And
before we enter this territory, because I don't want to cut you, I would like to say a very few words, very brief about this guy from Castilla who has gone out as a sub today from Real Madrid.
Oh yeah.
And the moment he went out, he gave an assist. Then it was offside, which I think is very doubtful offside.
Yeah. I saw it. It was very close.
In another 2 minutes, he gives another assist. This time it's a goal. Alvaro Martin, I think is his name. And keep an eye on this guy.
How old is he?
He's like 19 or something like that. He's very young. Even Fabrizio tweeted about this. So, yeah.
Okay, I will. All right, so let me just hit this again, man. Okay, so now, I want, Eric and Katie just to sort of rev yourselves up and so forth, with this whole stuff and everything, because I want to hear from some new voices, man. So let me just first take some of these Dubinsky's before we get through. So shout out to Hoodie Morpheus, like the vid, man. Thank you, man. Like the vid, man. Alhambra, we made changes because of the UCL and boys coming back from injury, so it can be difficult against a team that is bottom of the table with a manager who is an OnlyFans merchant. Graham Pulis, 18th of February 2022.
His
So basically,
interviews are making it worse.
I want to just sort of build up this up. I mean, I won't even come back to this dub very soon. I want to come back to this dub afterwards. Junior is from. Oh wow. Okay. All right. So,
Showtime. Showtime.
This is what's happening, man. Alhambra. I've never seen a bum-ass prick so quickly unite fans over his sacking. All of Mathia Handing stood and booed that idiotic moron. Now, every home game, that moronic idiot is going to get booed. Some fans will turn on the owners for backing this GP merchants without results. These are facts. Shout out to Minnesota. Now we know why HH is like this. He only had one teacher named Smallwood. Like she must be a brick for how do you do math and read. Again, Miss Smallwood was a lovely lady. She just had a very unruly classroom. You know, the classroom just was very unruly. Eric, talk to me. Eric Blue, I know you're there. Eric Blue, talk to me. Eric Blue.
Am I allowed to speak now?
Oh, you are. This is about Potter.
Oh, okay. So I can talk. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
no.
I mean,
just to help you talk. Just have to, because I think while you talk, it's very important to have a visual. It's very important to have a visual. So let me just get things all set up. So I want you to talk about Graham P, man. Just talk about Graham P.
Wait.
Yeah. Shout out to
zero.
Talk to me.
Yeah. Shout out to someone in the comments. Things are happening and they're very bad. Very, very bad things happening right now. Potter is I don't know what to say, man. What do I say about this guy?
Would you sack him?
It's not about would I sack him. It's about when. You know, I would definitely get rid of him. I would move him on. I think he has he has some good ideas, but maybe he needs to find a better solution elsewhere.
Yeah.
He can leave at the end of the season if we're not in 17th place. If we haven't swapped places with Southampton at that point, he can leave then. But
because for me, I think we did the whole Southampton thing, which was like right up at the game. So this hangers, I want us to really look at this on a macro level right now. Who do you put most of the blame on? Potter, you have quality players. You should do better than 2 in 15. And come out with these stupid press conferences because hold on, let me even bring up what Alhambra said.
So I'm back. Have I missed the cookout or
no, we're here.
Oh, just in time.
Just in time. So basically, when we read stuff like this, we made changes because of the UCL and boys coming back from injury. So it can be difficult against a team that's well prepared. Eric, when you read such arrant rubbish, this guy is trying to make an excuse for how his team at home couldn't beat a team bottom of the table.
More importantly, a team bottom of the table that lost to a 10-man Wolves.
How does a team that haven't won in 9 games be well prepared? I mean, how does that even make any sense?
No, because that's what. See, for me, this is almost a sackable offense. Because my thing though is, like, when you read this, it's like, do you realize that they sacked their manager? So the manager that they had for the previous game isn't the manager now. How can you be well prepared with a caretaker who just come in? How can you be well prepared when literally this is Southampton? They're a bit of ill prepared because this guy is just a standing because they sacked their previous manager.
Yeah, I mean, Potter is not giving a good account of himself in the press conferences, even though I don't care too much about that. It would be nice to win games. It would be nice to actually play well and win some matches, irrespective of how good you sound, because even if he sounded better, it doesn't change the fact that you're not getting the results. So for me, look, I think it's a very bad situation. If I need to blame someone, well, apart from the ownership, I would definitely say it's on the manager. Even though I think I mean, to be fair, not everything he said is something I don't disagree with everything he said. Because Reece James, people have already said he's injury prone. So if we play him 3 games in a row and he gets injured, people are going to be upset. But at the same time, we don't
Eric,
have the luxury of.
I mean, Eric, based on the players at your disposal, even with all the injuries and so forth, 2 wins in 15 is insane.
It's not even just the wins. We're not winning games, and no surprise. Of course, there's a connection. We're not scoring goals. We scored 2 goals in like 10 or 11 games, something ridiculous like this. So, I mean, if that is not relegation, attacking play, I don't know what is, because Southampton might be in a better position than us in terms of goal scorer. I don't know what it is, but in the last 10, 11 matches, a team that hasn't scored. I think I heard someone say that they kept 1 clean sheet before they played Chelsea. And
that was against you. So they kept 2 clean sheets this whole season, and they're both against you.
Yeah, it was against you.
Was it against us?
Oh my god!
You've been 1-0 twice by Southampton.
Yeah.
No. The game at the wasn't.
No,
it
that's
2-1?
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah. It was against like Bournemouth, I think. I think they kept a clean sheet against Bournemouth. So so we're the second team Southampton have kept a clean sheet against, and that tells you everything you need to know, man. For me, as long as we're not.
Eric, do you know another point? Apparently, a third of Southampton's points have come from beating Chelsea.
Yeah, I've come against Chelsea. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, look, for me, man. You see, what is surprising me a lot right now, I can't pretend. What is really surprising me is the fact that we're still 10th somehow. I mean.
No, and also, do you know what's crazy? If whatever happens, when Chelsea win the next game, they can't go. They can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Go higher
if you win,
than 10th.
If you win or lose, it doesn't matter. Perfectly balanced.
I mean, you have to win like 3-4 games in a row.
How do
is that 0 goal difference?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, look. I mean, it was 1. It was 1 before this game.
It was 1. It was 1 at the start of the game.
Wow. Well balanced stats right there, man. Well balanced. 23 goals scored.
Actually, that's crazy. So 10th, 23 scored, 23 conceded. Wow, this is Thanos. Thanos FC.
Yeah, look, Potter knows exactly. I think this is to be on a serious note. I think this is is planned. We know what's. I mean, some people don't know. Most fans don't have a clue what's going on. But I think I have an inside. I have.
What is it?
Yeah. This is all.
Let us know.
Yeah, I think there's a plan to finish mid-table. It's intentional. We want to finish 10th or maybe 9th. To ensure that we miss out on, because we're not getting Champions League football, we're not getting top 4, so it's better to. I said it before. I think you said it yourself. If we're not getting CL football, just forget everything else. No, nothing else matters. Forget Europa, forget Conference League. We'll finish 10th.
Oh yeah,
and then we can start over.
No, but my thing though is that the fans won't agree. The fans won't agree, and I think that. What you're seeing is because I mean, Eric, because I was actually even thinking about this before I did this and so forth. Because you sort of think about like American sports and so forth. Because American sports is sort of different from like obviously football, and I think in Boehly's mindset, like it is what it is. You lose games, blah blah. This is just one of those bad seasons and so forth. But win, lose or draw, the fans will still come. Money will still be coming through. So it's cool. We just start again next season. But you see, like. For American fans and so forth, like because I can only speak to NBA because that's what I know. They'll always keep coming. Those fans always keep coming, and very rarely will you see like NBA fans totally boo a team because like, hey, we're just here. But in football, it's different. So I think what Boehly's now going to receive is that these guys are very different, and this guy's actually booing. There's actually just true antagonism towards what is happening, and whether he was there or not there. His profile was in the Twitter space. So that means he wants to try to ingratiate himself to the fans. Yeah. And if there's a lot more noise as to this guy's a clan and bro, I've been on Twitter and it's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
I mean, he's not ignoring, he's not ignoring the fans, right? But I think, to be honest, I wasn't being serious about, I'm not serious about that, but if David Ornstein said the ownership are judging Potter yearly, right? So I don't know if they mean like per season, but if it's season after season, I mean after this season, then you can't move on with him, right? But if it's like actual years, like 12 months, then maybe you look at what he's done from now till September, and then maybe you sack him like you sacked Tuchel if you don't think he needs to. It's just messed up, man.
IHH.
H7, talk to me.
You think Todd B should tank this year for the #1 draft pick for next season?
H7, that joke got old about 3,000 years ago. There's nobody is tanking anything. Do you think Chelsea should sack Potter? Or do you think it would be too reactionary?
Well, I think it will be too reactionary right now, because I'm not gonna lie, HH. Who would you blame for today's game? Your defense or your attackers, bro? Because I'm blaming your attackers, bro. You lot had a lot of chances to win this game today.
I'm looking at the whole pie. I'm looking at the whole pie that 2 wins in 15 can't just be about the players. Because the players are good enough. So these players are good enough for them not to have 2 wins in 15. So when I look at 2 wins in 15 with the quality that you have at your disposal, I'm looking at the manager. Because I'm looking at the bigger picture. 2 wins in 15 with the amount of money spent, what is happening in training? Something in training just isn't translating to the pitch. So you can have all the best players in the world and so forth. You need the right players. I'm sure Paul will remember. Benitez had the same players that Zidane had. Zidane came in and he got stuff that was better. So my thing is that I have to keep saying it. 2 wins in 15 is crazy. It's crazy. Let me come to Paul. What would you do in this situation with Potter, Paul?
You know, from the beginning I was to give time Potter. You know that. I think you should sack him. Because I completely changed my stance. It has been over time. It was even before this game, because I am thinking, the problem is when you have so many games and you've only won 2, and we would have to look how those 2 were won, by the way. Let's be honest. When the whole car fails, you can either think that all the parts of the car are broken at the same time, or that the engineer, the mechanic, has fucked it up.
Yeah.
And most normally, Occam Fraser says this. Most normally, the simplest answer is almost all the time the correct one, basically.
Yeah.
If the team doesn't work in a regular basis, it's because doesn't matter what changes you do, doesn't matter what lineup you put, doesn't matter what tactics you do. The only thing that is constant in every game is Graham Potter. That's it. Now, is Graham Potter to blame the most? No, I think yes, from a direct standpoint. No, I think the board has more blame, because at the end of the day, the board has given this guy how many years of contract?
I think it's was it 5 years?
If you give someone, being a top club, or if you think of yourself as a top club, and you give someone a coach that this is not an Ancelotti, this is not a Pep Guardiola, this is not a Mourinho in prime, this is a guy who has not proven itself.
Nothing. He's done nothing. Paul, he's done nothing.
It's as crazy as putting Mudryk on the contract he has. It's crazy moves. I'm gonna spend this money because Todd Boehly is gonna cash out in 10 years, in 8. The moment he sees profit, he's gonna leave you fucked up. And it's just that this thinking, if they pick Graham, this is what confuses me, and I want Chelsea fans to kind of, they have an answer for this, or anyone. If Chelsea pushed for this guy and are saying as a club, as a statement, they're pushing for this guy, that they're trusting in him, this means that they have to have something from the beginning, right? That they saw something in this guy, which is not showing. And it's just that
Paul, it's a lot easier than that, because it goes to the how Todd Boehly was in a Twitter space. These guys are on Twitter, and Potter was the cool, sexy hipster name that was trending. So they're like, who's a young, interesting, up-and-coming, exciting manager that we can get? Oh, let's go and get Potter. Similar to this player acquisition, are you getting players that are part of a philosophy, or are you just getting players who are part of like your specific data process or through YouTube highlights?
No, but I don't buy this. I don't buy this because, listen, first of all, I understand that, even managers that need a project would make ballers, because Chelsea have ballers.
Yeah.
They have some ballers. Felix, even if you rant him, he has a lot of potential. Modric, I think he has shown he has a lot of potential. Now that he will be able to use it, I don't know. Like, Jorginho has gone to Arsenal, and the 2 games that he's played, I've seen him play, he's played actually pretty well. So there is something about how Chelsea works that it's just that a normal coach, a coach that is actually good, even if he's a system merchant, a Luis Enrique, a Guardiola, you don't think Guardiola would? Guardiola is the most system merchant, right? You don't think Guardiola comes and in 4 games, something will start to happen? This is 14 games, and there has been nothing. And the little things that have been, they are such little details that you could almost attribute them to the players. So I don't see it, and I completely changed my stance. I don't see Potter. I don't think he's ready for this.
RDS, talk to me.
Sorry, I'm here. I'm rewatching one of your receipts about Potterball and stuff like that. It's actually quite funny, actually.
RDS,
So,
please don't. This is
the
the wrong time.
No, I won't play. I won't play. I have pity for Chelsea. It's like, nostalgia when you're like, and actually watching the video, like you're really happy, smile, face, everything. Like there's so much joy in your. It's almost nostalgic for like memories, So and then it's like looking at you now. It's like, man, life hits you fast. You know what I mean? life hits you fast if you're a Chelsea fan. This football club. So,
no, but do you sack Potter now? Come on. Now, do you? I mean, come on.
Well,
come on, Southampton. Come on.
Well, I mean, I was always on this. While I keep on trolling you guys about that statement, it was a true statement. So my understanding was that if your owner is saying years, not games, that he's not going to be sacked. That was my understanding of the statement. And really and truly, you're not going to get relegated. You're not going to get Europe. So what is the aim for Chelsea Football Club this season? There's no aim. So it's not going to make it. Even if you sack him now, whoever comes in is not going to get top 4. Let's be real, they're not going to. So what difference is it going to make? So as far as the ownership is concerned, they think, listen, okay, hang on, this is like a new breaking season. It's our first season running Chelsea Football Club, new manager, new players, etc. We need to gel, give Potter a pre-season, back the project as it were, and see what happens. Because remember, not only have you signed Potter on a long term, it's a 6-year deal, 5-6 year deal, I don't know what on it longs. You signed multiple Chelsea players on 7 or 8 year deals. So you can't just go and bring in a manager like Luis Enrique and say, oh, right, okay, I don't want Modric anymore because he doesn't play my way, or sell him. It's like, well, it's very difficult to shift a player on high wages to another club. So everything that Todd B and the Bowling Bull has done has been to presumably back Potter for a significant amount of time. That is something that, whether you like it or not, Chelsea fans have to accept.
Okay, can I ask you something, Arias? Do you think the signings of Modric, Felix, and Nkunku, and all those signings were chosen by Potter? I don't know. Signings for Potter were those signings for Potter?
I don't think it's either or. I think probably what happened was that the owners came around. They've been scouting. Potter probably gave a list of players that he wanted, or idea. There was I don't think it was a question of there was zero communication between Todd Boehly and Graham Potter, because the very fact that Graham Potter went out of his way to go for Graham Potter would imply that there's got to be some communication between the two. It's not like Graham Potter begged for the Chelsea job. Obviously, he's happy he's got it, but they went. You don't go out and go and get someone if you're not going to communicate with them. That doesn't make sense. So there clearly must be something going on between the two. But it's like HJ says, like it's reasonable to assume that the step up from Brighton to Chelsea is a big one for Graham Potter. At the same time, we also got to bear in mind he is still inheriting a mismatch of players from Tuchel and previous managers. You've got to bear that in mind. But if you're
but it's not about bear that in mind.
Yeah.
2 wins in 15.
Yeah, I agree.
New players, onslaught, it's a different thing. Injuries, 2 wins in 15 games.
I know, but as I said, the thing I said on the was it the Chelsea post match is that I know people said I was trolling. I wasn't trolling. Was that Chelsea had, in fairness, since January, they've actually been creating a lot more chances that I've seen them in the last year or so. Because one of the complaints that we had was that they weren't creating enough chances. They're actually creating more chances than they have been. And call me, I'm trolling, but if Lukaku was in this team, you can't tell me that Lukaku wouldn't be at least putting away at least one of them.
He missed the penalty today.
I know he missed the penalty.
That was the same thing we said on the Tuchel, man. On the Tuchel at the beginning.
No, but the point is, I know, but the point
Akaka is not the answer.
What I'm trying to make is that, like the thing is that they're creating far more chances now than they did when he was coming at Chelsea. So at the very least, Chelsea need a number 9. He doesn't necessarily have to be a world-class number 9, like to at least, he only has to put 1 goal away. Like, you're not scoring any goals. Like, he doesn't need to score like 3 or 4 goals a game like Haaland to destroy games. He just needs to put like maybe like 1 goal a game or 1 goal every other game and still be good. Will still be a good output.
RDS, why is Aubameyang not in the squad?
I think Aubameyang already personal issues. Let's not go with Aubameyang.
Yeah, we already know that.
Okay. Because I don't know. What are these personal issues that Aubameyang can't be in the UCL squad? Do we know what these issues are?
No, but clearly, you see, they're trying to sell him, so the manager doesn't like him, obviously. So it's not going to. If you removed him from the UCL squad and you haven't seen him, he's not even in the squads. That means that the manager doesn't want him.
No.
I don't know why people. I don't know why people keep asking. You clearly see he doesn't want him.
The thing is, Potter, you're not in that strong a position because, especially if you go out against Dortmund and you don't score any goals, you either tell us what the issue is or no. We're going to crown you for it.
Bangers have been having issues even before around last season when they left Arsenal. And then there's clearly come on.
I don't get why people are crying over Aubameyang. Like Aubameyang was this great of a player when he was playing as well. Like, let's not act like Aubameyang was. Like, it was alright, but it wasn't.
It's Aubameyang or Havertz.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Kenny. It doesn't make sense to have your. Okay, who's our best goal scorer in this team?
No, but you see this thing with goal scoring here, because all these number 9s, I've seen Aubameyang come. When he came here, the same issue. They say he wasn't creating chances. When Lukaku was here, they say he wasn't creating chances.
But the team, is it fair to say the team is not the exact same as when Aubameyang was playing?
Because today Fofana played, he's a number 9. When he was there, we didn't create any chances, and then second half we created more chances. So this idea that you just bring any number 9, he has to fit a certain profile. You can't just bring a number 9 and then you're going to create chances.
Okay, so why? So this is my confusion with this stupid club. So why didn't you go out and actually find a striker with a certain profile that you needed? Who the hell is Darwin?
Yeah, there was a transfer window, and you bought a midfield. I don't understand Chelsea's transfer. You bought Felix. You have London Felix, who's not the striker, but is a good number 10. So you have the creative. You bought Enzo, who's an 8. Use him as a 6 and sell your only 50M and J5. I don't understand Chelsea's transfer window.
No, because my thing is
who was available though? Who was available?
But RDS Datro, like, I don't know where he came from, and I don't care. So those are two things. I don't know which club Datro came from, and I don't give a damn where he came from. I'm like, Datro? So fine, you have issues with Aubameyang. So your striker solution is a dude called Datro from the Norwegian league. The hell? So basically, that's why I said this is even bigger than Potter, because this is an acquisition issue. Because it's like, and that's why what Paul said was very key. You've acquired these players for who? Under whom? To play what system? That's my thing. Have you gotten there because they're good fit to Potter's plans. Because some of these players were bought under Tuchel, and you sacked him. So this is the stupidest thing. You bought a whole bunch of players under Tuchel and you sacked him, and now these players Potter has to use. Did Potter want these players, or did you buy these players knowing that you'd bring in Potter? I mean, it's madness.
It is madness, but I mean, Chelsea fans, come on, like we were like, us rival fans did tell you that there were going to be issues and teething problems, like J2S, Samasi, Paul, we all kind of said that there were going to be issues. And when we brought those issues at the time, you guys called us haters.
I mean, look, for me,
Showtime is coming back.
No, but you know what? I don't agree anymore. Like I don't think we're talking as if, when did this narrative of Potter having talked with Boehly with time? I don't believe this. I don't believe this is true. I think this. I believe. You know what? I agree with HH. I really think Boehly saw. Not Boehly, but Boehly and his team, because I don't think he's the only one making the decisions. They saw that he was a very, we don't have a lot of idea of football. This guy's working at Brighton. He's leaving. His position in Brighton is, I don't know. We could get him, because what other managers were actually available for at that time for Chelsea? Let's be honest. And so I don't believe this was. But Pochettino was like very discredited at the time after PSG. I mean, things have kind of died down.
And also, so Paul, you're missing a very key point, Paul. And this is what people have brought.
Enrique was available.
No. See, Paul. What these guys wanted, they wanted a yes man.
No,
they wanted a stooge. And Potter, for Potter is just happy. He's happy to be here. Oh my gosh, I'm at Chelsea. This is a huge step up. Because this clown even said in his press conference that, I came all the way from the 9th division and so forth. So for him, this is basically he's won the lottery. He's won the lottery.
I don't know if he's. You know what? I don't know if it's that. But I will say.
Paul. What's it? Paul.
I will say I don't think it's just man, but I think Chelsea were looking for a system guy. And I think because of this Arteta thing, this Guardiola thing, this was the prime of the. We're starting to have these conversations of system. And wow, what a good system Brighton have. And I think that's why they went for him. He probably he's not going to cause as much trouble as a Mourinho, as Enrique, as these guys. So obviously, I think that was why. But I don't see him being this long-term, this thought-out from Boehly decision where, no, we're going to have this window, we're going to ignore what Tuchel says, we're going to get this player from him. I don't believe that. I think it was a rash decision from the board.
The only thing I'll say is that just briefly support is that it's not like Chelsea have been, even on the previous ownership, have been in this position before. Like, this is something that happens not unfrequently with Chelsea Football Club. The Mourinho season, which I think was the Leicester season when they went to pot. I think even Conte's sort of second season, like they've had Di Matteo's season in the league when they were so Chelsea have had seasons when they basically crashed and burned in the league from somewhere between 7th to 10th. The only difference really between the previous ownership and now is that under Abramovich, if it got too far, like now, he would have sacked the manager and maybe brought someone in potentially. Whereas now, clearly, this ownership with what they've said are not going to do that. But we shouldn't almost react like, oh, this is the way that Chelsea as a team, Chelsea's squad, and the situation they're in is somehow new, like they've never sort of experienced it before. They clearly have. Chelsea, for some reason, the culture at Chelsea Football Club is that when the team when the players aren't having their own way, they down tools. Like, you are notorious for doing that compared to other teams that at least take time before they down tools. So, in a sense, Chelsea fans at least got to accept that at the very least, that Todd Boehly, okay, yeah, you might sack Potter, but you're not going to have a situation where you're going to be sacking managers every year as soon as the Chelsea squad down tools and don't play for manager. That just is not going to be the reality of Chelsea Football Club anymore, unlike Abramovich.
Abdul, so I'll come back to you, Eric. Abdul, where are you at with this bomb Potter, man?
I mean, I'm at the same place as I was last week. Not much has changed. You feel me? Like, I go back to what I said last week. I said that you guys have set him up to fail, man. You set him up to fail. Like, the way like why would you? Because the signings you made, yes, they're young, but they are still like instant impact signings, which people expect like instant results from. Like, let's be honest, you didn't buy Enzo.
No, Abdul, you've beautiful. Because this whole thing of like time process. Abdul, Felix has been at Atletico for how many years? That's one thing. He just played the
4
World Cup
years.
for Portugal. Enzo just won the World Cup, was voted best young player at the World Cup. How are you going to find, how are you going to buy the best young player at the World Cup, a World Cup winner, and say, oh, come back to me in 2 years' time? Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, the way I look at it, HH, is that they've completely messed it. They messed it. There is a big contradiction. So you bring in a manager that needs a year or so to settle into the club. You need a manager that needs a long time to create a style of play, to implement his style of play on the team. And then at the same time, you're bringing these super expensive players who you expect. I don't know, HH, what, like, maybe the owners are not expecting anything from the players right now. But HH, like, if they do, they are, like, HH, like, football fans expect instant impact, bro. They just
especially now, especially these days now.
Yeah, instant impact. Like, and it is what it is, HH. Like, it's a big contradiction because you have a manager that's just not settled into the club, bro. And he's not even settled in, and now he's beefing in every interview with the fans. He's getting booed at the ground.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? Like, and HH, let's be honest, man. If this carries on, the fans, they're gonna start protesting. Like, it just.
Oh no, like it's already happening, right? Like I think we are getting towards the stage of Potter out banners, and and also so once you have, and here's the thing, once you have that toxic atmosphere around the stadium, and you now have infighting within the fans, it will affect the team and the performance.
You know,
and the thing as well, and the worst thing as well, this was it. Once the players give up on you, which it is what it is, that is the Chelsea culture. Once the players give up on you, especially. Mourinho, with all his experience, this was Mourinho after treble with Inter, Real Madrid 100 points, UCL. So Mourinho couldn't stop the player mutiny. You think Potter? Do you think this baby little child can handle
that? That mutiny has other.
Yeah, like HH. The thing with Potter is that he needs to, no matter how much time you're gonna get given, bro, you just have to win some games at least. Like, this is just
like two wins in 15. Abdul, you can't. The time process, Abdul. 2 wins in 15 is indefensible. Losing to the last team, losing to the worst team in the league is indefensible. It's indefensible.
Nobody can defend that because HH, there is no excuse he can have with those players. Whether HH, like, you could hire somebody like who's totally inexperienced. You could fairly expect him to win with that Chelsea team against Southampton today. You feel me? So yeah, it is what it is, HH. But they have to really make a big decision because it just is not working, and it doesn't look like it's going to work.
No, I'm so sorry. I mean, before I come to Eric, here's my thing. See, if I was advising the Boehly group, I'd be like, sometimes in life, the hardest thing to do is the right thing to do. The Boehly group, they don't want to sack him. Because if they sack him, they look really bad. Because they sack him, those Tuchel guys get even louder. Say, oh, you morons. And the narrative right now is that you sacked Tuchel for this dude. So if they sack Potter and say, oh, man, you guys really messed up. You have no idea what you're doing. So if you're the Boehly group, they want to keep him. But I said to the Boehly guys that, suck it up. You made the wrong decision. And this is just going to harm you even more. But by the time Potter gets going, Lord knows what the atmosphere will be. Because let's say Potter really gets going within a year or a year and a half. Is the club going to survive a year and a half with the boos, the banners, the toxicity, and so forth? I don't know whether it will survive that because trust me, players look at social media. Yeah.
Just one last thing. I feel like when you bring in a guy like Potter, signing all these players is going to do more harm than good. Like, I feel like, honestly, even HH, if I ask you, bro, had they not spent all this money and signed all these players, would you be as upset with Potter I don't think you would be.
Oh no. Oh no. But basically, if Chelsea didn't spend all this money on so and with Potter, I'd still be pissed.
Yeah.
But I'll still be pissed in perspective. Basically, I'll still be pissed. I'll still say, no, get this guy because twins in 15 is bad. But twins in 15 with Enzo, with João Felix, with Modric, with Badeshir, with other players. Oh no, that's no.
Abdul, would you say there's like a similarity between Potter and Xavi, especially after what happened to Barcelona on Thursday? Is there similarities?
I mean, bro, like Xavi spent 150. If you're comparing that to 600, like there's not even
just in terms of the experience with the coach and players and stuff. And
Eric, grab the mic. Grab the mic.
Yeah, look, sorry.
Eric, grab the mic.
No, look, I need to just let's just get something straight. This whole thing about 600 million, right? I get it. It sounds like a headline, a news headline. It sounds so dramatic, but most of these players, they're not even involved in the team. Most of these guys were not signed to get into the team now. Pretty much everybody we signed is a young player, under 25, right? So we can see what we're doing here with these signings. Yes, Enzo was quite expensive. Same thing with Modric and a few others. But look at the years on the contracts. That's what we did to make it possible to spend that much money. So it is a long-term process because look at the length of contracts. But it's also a thing where because of the quality of the players, just because we have a long-term plan doesn't mean we're not supposed to challenge right now. That's the point. That's why you sign quality players. So yes, you have a long-term goal, but you still want to win trophies now. You still want to challenge and you still want to perform well. So for me, yes, you can argue Potter has been given the short end on the stick, but for me, that doesn't excuse him from the horrible performances and results. Like, I'm not even asking for a lot. Like, can I just watch good football? Is that too much to ask for?
Can I say something?
Yes, just real quick, go for it, and I'll take some of your dopes, guys.
There are a lot of excuses for Potter. I am sorry. You're losing to Southampton, who are 20th. The worst team in the Premier League. Is that too much to ask to win against them? And even if you draw against Fulham or Liverpool or even Aston Villa or Leeds, it's Southampton. And they said Potter doesn't have a lot of time. The World Cup, he had a lot of time during the World Cup to improve some of the player and playing style. He did not do that. So he should be sacked immediately. I don't care if you pay 60 million or 60 million, it's 60 million. Am I right?
Sack him.
Sack him, right? You're Chelsea
the money
Football Club. Have some respect to yourself.
Wait, can I say something quickly after
the and then I'll get this job. Kenny.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I get that everyone's mad at him, and obviously, right now,
you just lost to the worst team in the league.
Right now, honestly, can't do no good. Like, anything he says or anything, like all his action is terrible. But like some people said, like Abdul said, for me, it's the board, like they're setting him for failure because you have all these expectations, and especially when you have this type of January transfer window, the expectation you put on him, because you're giving all this money, you're giving him like all this, the expectations is crazy for, and these young players. People were expecting, like, this, at the end of the day, the young players, I don't care if you cost 100 mil or 150, you're a young player. It's going to take time for you to get used to a new league. Most of these guys don't even know the language and all these guys. And you just throw like 5 new players in a new team. So people were expecting like miracles. Like, this guy is not a miracle worker.
So Kenny, a miracle is more than 2 wins in 15.
No. The two is different. He has to do better. He should not be 2 in 15. But even like, I don't think people were expecting top 4 and then some amazing Champions League one.
Kenny, forget about. Let's look at what has happened. What is and what we've seen is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's a joke.
It's been bad, but even the expectation with the January we just had was top 4 and a run in the Champions League. That's what people were expecting after the type of money
Kenny,
that was spent.
did you? I wish I had the tweet. Maybe I still have the tweet right now because you should look at what the league was like when this bomb took over. Aha, I've got it.
Yeah,
So,
Chelsea were fifth, I think.
This was I have it here. This was the league table the moment that he took over from Tuchel.
But yeah, why do we have receipts of you celebrating Potter?
So this was yes, yeah. You don't
true,
come
that is
in
true,
late
yes,
and
yeah.
then start making noise. So this was the table when this guy took over. How do you go from this to 10th?
Weird,
United. Man United as well.
Sorry.
No, the guy is definitely underachieved, and like I said, if he gets sacked, I won't be mad. But for me, it's like Abdul said, we're setting him up for failure because people were expecting. But the thing is that people were expecting. If you've seen his career, so
Kenny, one sec. Did you know that Mudryk only has 27 professional appearances?
Yeah, that's what Enzo as well. Enzo has I don't think he has more than 50. People were expecting these guys to come in.
Kenny.
No, but
Enzo won a World Cup.
No, but he won a World Cup. He won a World Cup, and he was playing. And he was playing. Yeah, but River played come on.
Team.
River played his top teams in South America, and it's a very serious club.
South America, it's not the same.
Kenny,
okay,
no. Kenny, you cannot be defending.
Better than anyone of your
Kenny, you cannot be defending. You cannot be defending Potter having these kinds of players and giving me two.
But he's not defending Potter. He's saying more on Boehly, bro. Because what kind of bro? He spent so much money on so many Look at Sterling, for example. Look at Sterling, for example. He's given a guy who was widely regarded as being finito. He's given him 5-year contract on $350K a week. He's finished.
But he's the best scorer though. He's the best scorer.
What does that mean?
Can I speak on this, HH?
I will. Let me keep the jobs and I'll give it to you. Yes. 3. La Liga fans and players are definitely racist towards Vini. Paul, I want to hear your view on this. People say, well, they don't do it to all black players. A lot of people specifically dislike expressive black players, praise N'Golo Kante, but hate Pogba. I mean, because I want to hear what Paul says about this stuff. But look, and Paul, I don't know how to say this because I've had some Spanish people. I think you guys know him, Daniel Jones Ortega, who is a guy in the community and so forth. He says, look, he says in Spain, just because of a lack of proximity to people of other cultures, specifically black people, there is still a massive racism issue in Spain. And there is a massive issue of racism in Spain. And those are Spanish people saying that to me. So 100%, I feel that where Spain is, Italy is, Eastern Europe isn't the same as where England is or where France is. I mean, Paul, what's your view on this?
I mean, you threw France in there like it's less racist, but France is probably more racist than Spain.
No.
But I will agree.
France is Paris. But if we're going to compare France and Eastern Europe, Spain and Italy.
Yeah, but in fairness, that's colonization tax. So when you colonize more in English,
did you really say colonization?
It's not the same.
Eastern Europe is a lot worse.
But
Paul.
You have to also think that being black in one country is not the same black as other country. For example, the black in Spain is Morocco people. Morocco people perhaps in other countries wouldn't be black. But that's another topic. But yeah, no, I will say there is a lot of racism in Spain. And what I was saying before, which I'm imagining that's what Adah is replying to, is I do agree there's racism, but I don't think people are shouting at Vinicius because he's black. They are shouting at Vinicius for other reason, and because he's black, the attacks he receives then do have racism. It's like racism. It's like, okay, because you do this and because you're a dirty player and whatever thing I have in my mind,
but we can't ignore the racism aspect still, though. Even if but I think racism is still racism. So even if that wasn't the first port of call, if that's the second port of call, it is what it is still.
No. There is racism. I've never denied this. I've only said that the racism is not the reason that it happens, but there is racism. So when you see that he gets hate, the hate he gets is racism because all of these racist insults. It's like because you do this now, I have an excuse to be racist with you. That's what I'm saying.
I still can't get over that Atletico Madrid what's it called?
The banner.
But can I just address one thing? Like in that super chat, I just want to address one thing. There's a difference between being expressive like Paul Pogba, and there's a big difference between being that and being Vinicius. Because yes, he's expressive, bro, but everybody who's not a Madrid fan hates him, bro, because he just plays so dirty, bro. Such a nasty.
Wait.
Wait.
Bro, I
hate it.
No, dude. I'm tired. You know, I'm very tired of these culés talking about the issues. When they had people in their team called Luis Suarez and Jordi Alba shouting and insulting much worse things to referees and nothing happened.
That's
so
fair.
now
What does that have to do with anything?
The kind of things that Jaws used to do on the pitch.
But that has nothing.
Jordi Alba's a rat still.
How does that justify anything? You're not addressing my point. Address my point.
Wait.
Is Vinicius an asshole? Yes or no? Is he an asshole? Yes or no?
No.
Is the kind about an a-hole? Yes or no?
No, I'm gonna make you a question. Now,
answer my question. No, you answer my question first.
He's an asshole. Now I'm gonna make you two questions.
Okay, good.
No, okay, good. No, now listen. Now I'm gonna make you two questions. One question is why other more assholes than him were better treated than him. First question. Second question, why is he an asshole? And you say, well, he has always been like this. And the thing is, he hasn't always been like this, Vini. When did this start with Vinicius? When he started being good. When he started being good, fullbacks started being like, fuck, I can stop this guy. How do I stop this guy?
No, it's because he started scoring and he started becoming arrogant and cocky. That's
no,
what changed.
not arrogant. No, don't take the narrative. That is not true.
It gets real.
That is
when he was asked, he didn't have the arrogance and face to be.
If you see the games, if you see the games, there is a reason why in Europe he doesn't have this problem.
Okay, Paul, one second. Wait.
Let's Paul land this point and Abdul, you can respond. Paul land your point and Abdul, you can respond.
There is a reason in Europe, actually good fullbacks, actually top world-class fullbacks. You'll never see anyone in Europe that is not in Spain, stupid, crappy fullbacks, crying about him. Even your players, Araujo and these kind of players, haven't said anything about him but praise him. And Vinicius has had no problem with them.
So in your dress back,
what happens is that good players...
Is this ever going to land?
Yeah. Wait. Let Paul finish the point. I want to come to Abdul.
Good players don't have a problem with Vinicius. Only bad players do because bad players can stop him physically and through football, so they have to stop him mentally. That's when they start saying things to him. Now, because you in your Twitter feed of Barca, you see a lot of manipulated images. You only see the worst, the bad things Vinicius do.
I actually watch
You don't see the bad things. You don't see the bad things that they do to Vinicius.
I watch the games.
And you don't. Right. Okay. Everyone watches everything.
Okay, Abdul. Yeah, your response. Abdul, your response.
This guy literally goes up to fullbacks and tells them, "I'll make more money than you will ever make."
No, you see,
you have to
playing again.
Let Abdul make his point.
This guy says to players, to fullbacks especially,
make sure you address the Barca game against United.
Yeah, where you drew, you couldn't beat us with a lot.
Abdul, make your down points. We need to move. Abdul, make your down points.
Yeah. No, Paul. He doesn't address the fact that this guy goes up to fullbacks and tells them, once you're done with your career, you have to go become a construction worker. He literally.
I don't address that. Right? You have never seen this channel. You have in your life have heard me talk in this channel. I've always said, and I've got hate from Madrid fans because I've said that sometimes Vinicius goes and he's arrogant and he's whatever. I've never said the contrary.
All the time.
Okay,
the reason that happens is because
hold on. Abdul, make a point. Hold. Abdul, make a point. Just make a point.
Yeah. Like this guy, racism is wrong. You should never, ever, ever turn to racism. But
Wait. No.
There should be a
that bot.
This is why I'm going to give you the break. Because, see, Abdul, I don't actually get... You see, Abdul, as a black man, I've got to be biased here. You can't say that you should never resort to racism, but Abdul, there is no bot. You can't have a bot afterwards. Abdul, you can't have a bot. Abdul, that's a great take. You can't. Okay, what the hell? Oh, you should never.
Racism is wrong.
There is a
Like
time
you
where
give
racism is right.
Yeah.
Never gonna answer this.
That's one.
It's-
Come on,
it's
come on,
never-
Abdul. That's a brick take.
No,
Okay.
it's never.
Tatanen says, okay.
Yeah.
Do you pray Palace and Villa lose to stay 10th? Okay. Hashtag prayer. Look, whatever happens, Chelsea will still remain mid-table. It is what it is. Cheyenne. Todd B is asking the Premier League if he can structure the matches. So instead of playing 90 minutes, they play 9 separate 10-minute periods over them. Oh, man.
Yeah, it could work.
Okay, has a club ever been this clowned ever in a year before?
But you do it to yourself. Like
United were last season. I think,
no,
right?
but
RDS, no, RDS, not to this.
But RDS, you know,
no, RDS. This started pre-season with the whole transfer thing, because remember this started with Abramovich.
Yeah.
And you see, since Abramovich and Ukraine, it's been abuse upon abuse. And look, Chelsea haven't put themselves in the amounts of memes, laughters, and just jokes that Chelsea put themselves in. I've never seen anything like this.
So Chelsea are basically officially like the banter FC club of England and Europe. Is that where Chelsea are right now?
Maybe the time.
Wait, Jason, what do you want to say? Jason,
I was going to say maybe the prime AFTV rivals this Chelsea period.
Yeah.
No, but J.T. Young was mod.
Actually, you know what? Arsenal actually won trophies.
Yeah, but
I
that's
don't know what Chelsea are doing.
But imagine you spend all this money to what? Apparently, according to journalists, was to make a push for the top 4. Imagine that's why they spend the money.
You were 3 points off, and you've gone backwards.
That's crazy.
Your goal difference was 2, now it's 0. So you're still going backwards in goal.
Julia says, I'm convinced Eric is an African politician. Okay. The Watchman. EDL FC to EFL FC. Potter Potty-ball lives. Oh, wow. Chelsea are the easy. Yeah.
Yeah, they are actually.
No, I think I saw this basically 360. They're like this Instagram thing. I think they said that
it was Liverpool.
Are Chelsea the easiest team to play in the Premier League?
But actually, I need to speak on this by the way.
No. I'll give it to you. Let me take this done. I'll give it to you. Talent FC. Modric will be in a dock fooling CFC for a contract. Oh Lord. 40 plus scored at CFC is madness. Yeah. Zoting TV. HH, listen to this theory. Is Sean Dyche the best English manager in Premier League history to keep Burnley up for 10 years and save Everton from France's dot? Let's see what he does with Everton. Let's first see what he does with Everton. Then I can judge with Sean Dyche. And also, bro, anybody's better than Francis. Francis is a damn break.
I said it, bro.
If he sacks Potter after buying him out and giving him a lengthy contract, then it will basically be him admitting that he got it wrong. Yes, something someone wanting to make a good impression on a new club doesn't want to do, which is why they're in an amazing place. Before I come to you, I say, here's the thing. This is what I said before. Boehly right now, they play, he's not getting sacked. They're going to ride this out. Because how bad could it get? Because my thing, though, is you're here to please the customers. And sometimes, and what's the saying? Don't cut your nose to spite your face. It's like, sometimes you just have to just accept the defeat. Being stubborn, I'm like, no, I chose him, he's a guy, and so forth. Sometimes in life, you have to just admit that you got it wrong. And I do believe that for you guys, this was just the wrong man. So you just trying to just wallow, stay, and just be one with your mistake will just make you look stupid. Because sometimes to be a man, you've got to take away your pride and be like, I got it wrong. I'll be abused, I'll be insulted, but I got it wrong. You got it wrong with this guy because as everyone knows, everyone knew, and everyone can see now, the club is too big for him. And this is what I said before. For Moyes, I always say that, what if Moyes had a summer? But now in hindsight, I just think that Moyes would never have worked for Man United because he just was not the right manager for the club that Man United was. And what people need to realize is, all because you said what's up in a small club doesn't mean you can say what's up in a big club. Yes, talk to me.
Yeah, just to add on to that, what you just said, like historically, there's a few selective managers that can only manage big clubs. Like the pool of managers that you can say, you know what, I'll take that manager, I put him at a Chelsea, at a United, at a Liverpool, and they will succeed. It's limited. Let's be honest. Like it took Liverpool 30 years to find Jurgen Klopp and to actually win the league. 30 years to find a manager. Going through managers after managers, imagine finally they find one manager to do it. Chelsea, they went through so many different managers and they had success, yes, but it was still at the same time the job is massive. No, you can't just give it to anyone. But that being said, I said in the halftime space, the last thing I said is they need to score goals. Like you guys need to score goals. And you guys are I think one team in all of Europe that make goal scoring, putting the ball in the back of the net, the most complicated thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, did you see the Raheem Sterling today? Sterling. I mean, golly, like put the ball, like guys, like come on. And then I'm gonna say this, HH. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and
yes, it's 2 wins. I'm gonna be quiet. 15. 2 wins.
HH, you know. Here's the thing: spending money. Let me speak of the Glazers, Ed Woodward. Spending money.
You're getting the Qataris now.
No. What I'm saying is spending a lot of money, buying all of these quote unquote hot names, you know, Enzo Fernandez, Modric, you know, these names that gets to Joao Felix and Al, you know, they're getting all these players that the fans are excited about. That's Ed Woodward. That's what Man United did under Ed Woodward for a long time. We end up getting Di Maria. We ended up getting Paul Pogba. We ended up getting Zlatan Ibrahimovic. We ended up getting Bashman Schweinsteiger, Vladimir Varkal. Why? Because these are the sexy names. These are the names that they'll excite the fan base. But what makes sense is get players that can fit into whatever the manager is trying to do and actually have a plan.
Yes. Has a club... No, please tell me, guys. Please tell me, anyone. Yes, has a club ever bought a bunch of players with a manager and after a few games sacked that same manager?
No. It's crazy.
Portsmouth did that in 2003, I think. 2002.
I'm speaking.
I guess
they got relegated.
I guess Nottingham Forest this season, didn't they? Because Steve Cooper wasn't there. They brought Steve Cooper in, didn't they? He didn't.
No. He was the manager.
Oh, he was the manager at the beginning. Okay, then.
Yeah.
And then let me speak on Chelsea specifically. I remember when Mourinho came the second stunt, the first stunt, the second stunt. Mourinho said, "I want this player. Go give me this player. Give me my players that I can work with." That notion that we're gonna spend all this money, buy all these players. Relax. Spend all. Relax.
I'm actually torn with the brick door winner this year. Actually, either that.
No. Yes, it's clear.
No. Relax. No. But what, guys? What I'm gonna say just to
wait, hold on, Abdul. I don't even know why you're even here. Because Abdul, you should be giving straight red. Because Abdul, you are getting. The streets are
is calling a black guy an asshole, racist nowadays, or
what?
It's calling because you didn't let me finish. I was saying but I was gonna say but let me finish.
Abdul, no. Okay, look, yes, continue. Abdul, don't dig yourself in there. But basically, the streets are roasting you. They're roasting you, bro. Abdul, you can't say racism is wrong and then say but afterwards. That doesn't.
No, I was gonna say but in regards to Vinicius. So it wasn't anything.
I just it's interesting because I don't think Chelsea actually bought players for a manager since Mourinho. HH, maybe I think maybe Antonio Conte, maybe, but
Serie as well a little bit. Jorginho.
But that's like one player. Like other than that, like who else did they get for him? Like Mourinho wanted what? Willian got Willian. Mourinho wanted Hazard, got Hazard. In the first time, he wanted Drogba. They wanted to get him other players. Yes, sexy names, all that stuff. He said no, shut up, Abramovich. Slapped him in his face, and Abramovich said, I can't believe you did that, but you have my respect, you know. And he's like, you know what? Give me Drogba. He's like, are you sure? Give me this guy, and he got him. And that's at the end of the day, he's like Potter. You know, I'm losing hope on Potter. I like him as a manager, but golly, the guy looks hopeless, bro. The guy is looking like he's like, you know, when the manager says, "I need help," like, but he's screaming, "I need help!" Like, help me. That's what he like.
No, it's.
So bring out the name Todd Woodward again.
Wait. Paul, maybe you'll know. Paul, here's my plan here. Paul, my plan is because Paul, I'm desperate. So Paul, my plan is, I want to get Luis Enrique before that Dortmund game. And yes, that was not a thing. No, yes, you're not called Paul. Okay, I'm speaking to El Professor, not El Briquesor. So El Professor. I'm thinking of getting Luis Enrique before that Dortmund game to try to
Sorry,
salvage the
HH,
season.
Neeks wants to come in to have his say.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I'll bring him in. So what say you to that, Paul?
You put me in a hard situation because logic tells me too risky. My heart wants to see Enrique coach because I'm Enrique merchant. But no, I think the other hand, I don't know if it was the reaction you did today or in the halftime in the game, but someone said, no, like Luis Enrique, like he put, I don't know if it was even Kenny or someone like he said that Luis Enrique is kind of like putting him almost at the same level of Graham Potter. Like Luis Enrique only was with MSN and with Spain, he didn't make many goals and whatever. And I'm like, wait, what? Because I'm tired of this narrative of no, but everything he won important was with MSN, right? We're seeing Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar win a lot of things because they're great players, right? Again, if people win, if the players, if a team loses, it's the manager. It's all the time the same. But if Enrique comes, I think we can all accept the fact that Enrique has proven to be a better coach than Potter.
Oh yes, 100%. Oh, for sure,
right.
for sure.
So Enrique is going to want to set up a system.
Yeah.
And it's true that he might say, you know what, I want Mudryk out. You know what, I want this guy out. I don't think he would want Felix out. In fact, I think he would want Felix because of all the Atletico thing and everything. But you know what, HH? I think I'm going to let my heart answer and I'm going to say, do it. Because...
Breaking news: Luis Enrique to Chelsea.
Sorry, Paul. Continue. Zimmer, shut up.
Yeah, but I would like to see Enrique in Chelsea, and I think this. But if you get him, you have to back him. This guy has proven that if you back him, he gets you results.
No, wait.
No.
He's not gonna take a season.
Because the Luis Enrique thing was me. That's why I want to respond to it.
But Paul, the thing though is, okay, let's say you bring in Luis Enrique. So you'd have a situation where you bought players under Tuchel, you bought players under Potter, and then you have to now buy players under Luis Enrique.
You have to accept that this season is over. Like whoever this season is unsavable. It's over. So at least you have now Enrique comes. You accept the fact that you probably earlier or later you're gonna get off the Champions League. That's how it is. So,
okay, Paul, pause. Abdul, are you there, Abdul? Abdul, are you there, Abdul?
He still needs to address the Barca United thing. So I've not seen him since.
I just need to just because I'm looking at your comments here, and Abdul, if this comment is you, you know that I've got to give you a red card. Abdul,
which comment?
I don't think that's him.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not him.
me.
Oh no,
is that you?
Yeah,
that can't be.
Okay, because I can't put it on YouTube tag. So was your comments your mother was sick? ... Was that you?
That's me, yes.
All right. So
oh my god.
So combined with the racism bots and mothers, I'll see you. We'll see you soon. Though. We'll see you soon. Adios,
okay.
Bro. See you, man. Nice.
I feel like he does it on purpose, man.
What
No, on that way.
What the hell?
That was wild.
No. Okay.
On the Luis Enrique.
No. So continue.
The comments on Prime Tracker is
no.
unbelievable.
Paul, continue your points. Enrique.
I think you have to accept the fact that the season is over. Like it's not like it doesn't matter even if you bring the best manager. If you bring Sir Alex Ferguson in prime, fusion with Mourinho prime, you're not gonna save this. It's over. You're not gonna win the Champions League. Let's be real. Either you get to the semi-finals, when it's just not going to happen, or you get eliminated by Dortmund, which is the most possible thing. You're gonna get off. Now, I think that it is better to. I think it would be wise to, if you know a manager is better than the other, you would think, okay, I'm gonna get the better manager.
Paul, I'm desperate now, man. Paul.
But you have to accept that.
Paul.
I don't want to see HH.
Paul, we are at the bottom of the. We are at the. Paul, we are. This is low. This is a new low.
One more positive with Luis Enrique. you also have a lot of entertainment with the media. So
No.
that's-
Here's the thing, right? When it comes to a person that actually has a personality that can deal with pressure, I think if you're going for Luis Enrique, it makes sense from that standpoint. Because I've seen him deal with the Spanish media, and the Spanish media eat him up alive every day with their articles. So to that extent, he can deal with pressure. My only thing is, if he's coming in, the first thing he's going to look at is, what is that midfield doing for me? You got Conor Gallagher, who's not good enough. Mount, who's not going to probably be good enough for a system when he wants to play with interiors. And then you also have Conte, who's injury prone. Enzo, he's going to like, but he's going to probably, he doesn't want him in number 6 because he's not going to fit the mold of what he wants from a number 6. So if he comes in, the first thing he's going to ask for is most likely 4 midfielders minimum, because he's not going to rate any single one of your midfielders. Kovacic is injury prone. So if anything, you're going to have to reshape it around possession base, and you guys already have a midfield problem. And I look at your attacking. He's not going to play with an attacking midfielder. He's most likely he's not going to try to play with an attacking midfielder in his ideal lineup. So I'm wondering, where does this, if you try to acquire João Felix, where's he going to fit in Cuckoo? Where's he going to fit in the system? Where are all these players up front going to fit? It doesn't make so for me, it's like you have to reshuffle the whole team that you've already bought. And this is the problem with the whole assessment of Chelsea. How do you bring in all these players, and your idea is to use Potter as almost a person that can withstand the weather, and then bring in a new manager. And that new manager is going to be like, what am I working with? I need to change this. This is not my style. Why would you bring in a number 10 when I don't need a number 10? Why would you bring in a winger that doesn't fit the mold of what I need? I need somebody that's on the touchline, that can dribble, that's willing to stay in, or I need a person that's inverted in Luis Enrique style.
Because they say that's because I don't know exactly what Potter wants. And I don't think Potter, but Zeman, this is my biggest fear. This group, they don't want a Luis Enrique. They don't want someone who has the demands and who says no. They want a yes man.
No, but the problem is, you look at all the available managers, right? You look at Zidane, Hansi Flick, Luis Enrique. Those are the top tier managers that are available, right? That you could possibly get, and you could possibly buy out. Those managers, none of them are yes men. They will all complain if they don't get the ones they want. So it's like, and then let's say you sack Potter and you bring in those type of, and you don't bring in those type of managers. You think the fan base is going to take that? You think they're just going to take John Terry as their next? Well, they might. John Terry might be an option. Relax, That's the only thing I see. No, actually, deep it. Because if you're telling me that your board are yes men and they want someone that they can control,
hold on.
With them,
why is
what is this narrative?
That's narrative. That's what I was told by HH. That's what I was told.
But that's a narrative. That's not true, man.
Eric, it's true. Eric, it's true.
No, it's not, because why is it true?
When you hear the reports that Tuchel and Boehly didn't see eye to eye, Boehly wanted Cristiano, Tuchel said no. And there were obviously disagreements. And when you look at Potter's profile, where literally was Osasuna, Svenska Cupen, overachieving with Brighton, and you just look at the players coming in, where we're not even sure whether these are players who are really in Potter's vision, or really Potter really wanted these players. When you just connect to all the dots, it's very simple to deduce that, you want a yes man who won't actually have the bands out. So no, I want this, and that. These are the exact guys that I want.
So
most people don't even know Potter's vision. So I don't know how people are deducting that these players
I don't think he has a vision.
But that's the problem. If you don't know Potter's vision, you already brought in this amount of players. What does that tell you?
No, the summer ones I get. No, the summer ones I get. But the winter one, you can't tell me. These players like all of.
So Kenny, you can assure me that Enzo, all these guys that came in January, these are all part of Potter's vision.
Yes, he had to veto them. Yes, they asked him if he wanted to play. He had to say yes before they bought him. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's report on that.
Look, let me make this debate. From Marcos Siklic. While the panel are discussing our Liga-related things, I have a question. Does Modric get one more year at Real or no? I'm biased, but think he should. Look, Modric is amazing, man. His longevity is amazing. I don't know what Paul, you think about this.
This is a very debated
It's
question.
tough. It's tough.
And you know what?
Because look, see, he wasn't that great at the World Cup, but Modric is one of those guys where he can give you an amazing game. He can still give you just one truly amazing game.
You know the problem, H, is there is a Bermuda Triangle here. You can't possibly bring. Look, Ceballos is gonna get renewed, but that's a fact, and he should, by the way. Camavinga is staying, obviously. Valverde. The thing is, you want to bring Bellingham, which I don't think is sounding the best option. I mean, it's a doubt right now. It is sounding for the Premier League. But I will say, if you want to bring Bellingham, there's no way you don't get someone out. There's absolutely no way. Because you can't have Kroos and Modric being a sub all the games. You can't have more times Camavinga in the bench as well when he's exploding. You can't have Valverde because he's essential to the system. You can have Ceballos sometimes, but to be honest, he's earning his position. So what do? Do you have Tchouaméni, the main CDM?
You know what's the problem, Paul? You know what's the problem with the Real Madrid midfield? I look at Modric. I don't think Modric has the same profile as someone like Jude Bellingham. It just doesn't make sense to me. And then you look at the midfielders, and you look at the midfielders you have. Yes, Dennis Ceballos is doing well, but is he gonna withstand that? Is he gonna constantly perform at this level? That's still a question to be.
No one is looking for Ceballos to be the starter of Real Madrid.
That's exactly the problem, though, because I feel like with Modric, there aren't that much midfielders.
But my thing, though, is like, do you think, okay, James, do you think Modric should be given another year, or do you think he needs to go to the retirement home with a piss bag next to Buffon?
No. I think Modric has had the better season than Toni Kroos.
I disagree.
No.
You disagree? I think Modric has been. I'm not saying there's not a big difference. They're still great. Well, not great players. They're not at their peak anymore. It's gone way past their time now. Obviously, they're still good players to have in the squad. But it's which one are you going to pick? Are you going to pick Kroos or are you going to pick Modric? Because
Modric.
No, I'm picking Kroos.
But it depends. It depends what Real Madrid will pick.
And here's the thing: is what I said. I feel that the bulk of the games should be Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Federer. But if it's that big game, if it's like, bro, we need an old head. We need just that old head to come through. I'm picking Modric to do an old head thing than a Kroos.
I disagree.
Wait, but there's a problem here because if you pick Modric to start, okay, Modric is not being able.
I'm not saying he starts.
But that's the problem, H. You have to either start him or get him off the team because you can't get him as a sub. Modric doesn't want to be a sub, and Modric has said that he hasn't said it, but he's filtered it through the press. If he's not going to be a sub, either he retires.
No.
Or
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Of course, he's going to be a sub. You're pushing 40.
No. HH. Here's the thing about Kroos. I feel like we're kind of disrespecting the type of season Kroos is having. Kroos has been instrumental to these guys' build-up play. This guy from deep has absolutely been amazing in his distribution and keeping the team flowing. When he's not there, you can tell they're missing his presence. He's crucial to them, even coming off the bench or just being a starter. What he does with Tchouaméni in the beginning of the season, what I liked about him is they would alter positions constantly. He would stay with him and he would help him.
So you're saying you would roll with Kroos more?
Yeah, Kroos easily, bro. I think he's important.
Let me hear this. Anthony Banani says
Modric doesn't work as a sub. This has something that's happened in all the season, all the time. Every time you brought, because if you started Rodrigo over Asensio and Ceballos over Modric, you have the better starter team right now. The problem is, who do you have on the bench? You always bring Asensio. He has no impact whatsoever. And Modric doesn't have any impact as well right now. He doesn't have that quality of impact.
All I'm saying is that don't you dare lose to those guys on Tuesday. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying, Tuesday night, it gets real. Anthony Banani, the F Abdul is smoking right now. He's tripping. Oh, yeah. The mask comes off. Wait, like in Scooby-Doo. Also, whenever they find the body,
I would have gotten away with it too.
Yeah, I don't got away with it so far. That it was last time United won. Okay, All right.
Wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know. Talent FC, I know. Talent FC. Labdul, Clown Alba was crying after AWB Spider tackled him, man.
I kept on asking Abdul why he wouldn't talk about Barcelona United, so to speak. So
No,
only
he
because
was just venting on Twitter the whole time.
Abdul constantly shows his true colors. So again, he had the same arrogance when he was bad, just that now he's a threat. The racists show their faces, man. Do you know my thing though is that isn't Ibrahimovic super arrogant and so forth?
Yeah.
RDS and obviously Jesus, you children, I don't know whether you were too young. Do you know how arrogant Cantona was?
Yes.
That was part of how he played. Cantona was known as an extremely arrogant person and a player. That was his whole thing. You know, so
kicked a fan.
but that fan was being was
I
being
know,
stupid
but
too, so.
you're not meant to do that. But it's Cantona.
But it's because it's Cantona.
It's like,
I mean,
he's
basically,
gonna do it.
I actually think that racism would get kicked out of football if players could just do that. You know, just like you say something, I'll just kick you in the chest.
No, I should kick you. I mean, basically, go to YouTube and I think it's Cantona's goal against Leeds, where basically it's a crazy goal and he basically just turns. And
the turns, of course.
Look, the
with the collar as well.
The collar. I know what's funny. I think he was the first player to put his collar up.
Yeah.
Before they known it, I think he was the first player to actually do the whole collar up thing.
Now I'm seeing McTominay do it, so you know, falling off.
Respect McTominay, man. Respect McTominay.
McSauce.
McTominay, man.
No, but
the best Scottish player, bro.
Could you get into those players' head? Could you get into Ibrahimovic's head? Could you get into Cantona's head? No, right? That's why it wasn't even that hardcore. You can get into Vinicius' head. That's why it keeps
piling
do you know why? Piling up.
How old is Vinicius?
No, he's 21, I think, or something.
22.
Like
you see, that means when Cantona was really Cantona, he was in his mid-20s, late 20s, when he was really popping up for United. So I think that's
even at Leeds before then, he was popping off as well
because
he won the title the previous season before he came to United.
No. You see, I think there are certain. Now, could you argue that Materazzi got into Zidane's head in that final?
Yes. Yeah, he did. Of course, he did. He headbutted.
Zidane had a few red cards.
He had a few, but you can argue that Materazzi got into his head.
He didn't give a fuck.
Zidane was always a hothead. Like, let's not try to act like he wasn't. Like, this guy was very emotional. He's very emotional.
Okay, let me bring it, Antonio. I'm a Barca fan, but I love Vini. He doesn't deserve racism. No player should face what he's facing. Also, Chelsea in the mud. Let's celebrate. Oh, wow. Marco, to be fair, people hate on Pogba because he's an overrated player who acts like he likes to act like he's God's gift to football.
That's true. But on his day, he is a gift.
Also,
let's relax on that. All right,
he's kind of
relax on that.
No. I think, look, see, what Pogba's career will be known as great for France, total disappointments, club player. Like, his club career was a total disappointment. And guys,
he's part of the failed generation.
If you listen to my videos and so forth, before the transfer went through, I said Pogba to United now is a mistake. Especially now, and them using him in the role that he was being used, which is the controlling midfielder, that was a mistake.
He should have gone to Barca. He should have gone to Barca or Real Madrid.
No,
or even just stayed a few.
That would have been the dumbest move because I don't think Pogba is like. I don't think he has the. How shall I say this? I don't think he has the control needed for his position. The discipline. I don't think he's ever had that, and I feel like if he's going to a Valverde like team where we didn't have any discipline, you would have just been another casualty. I'm being honest.
Yeah, but nothing would
he just needed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He went to Barca, he would have got league. If Real Madrid to Barca, he would have got league titles, and La Liga seen
Zidane wanted him. Zidane
wanted title to win.
No. See, under Zidane for Real Madrid, he would have cooked. Barca, I don't know whether he could have worked in that kind of situation. For Real Madrid and so forth, he would have cooked. He would have cooked. Casey, so B got Enzo because he thought they could win the CL.
Enzonzi.
Well, there's no trust. RDS. Thursday was a draw, and they spent more.
Casey. Okay, right. Let me just quickly.
Wait, what's this Man United thing about, man?
Bro, Zeman, United fans, the arrogance of these guys is disgusting.
It's literally a
It's like, wait a minute, it's like,
United.
is it like, have you like won a trophy? Like, bro, it is crazy. Like,
No.
what is
The sad thing is, HH. The sad thing is, it's a qualifier for Europe. I'm ashamed to be here. You're global. That's crazy, bro. Like, this is
it's
crazy.
not even. Wait, hold on. Okay, wait, I just respond. Okay, what do you want to say, Darius? What do you want to say?
No, it's okay. So I see J2S above me, and like the thing is, like we don't actually have to respond. Like that's where Manchester United are right now. We don't actually have to say anything. Just smile, observe,
arrogant,
and see what happens to our rivals. That's all, you know.
Casey, I got it wrong. Like teams could play. Okay, I didn't really. Alhambra, Boehly is afraid of the fans for not sacking Potter. He should be way more afraid of the fans for not sacking Potter. Stop with the sunk cost fallacy. Look, it's suck it up and just admit your failure. Suck it up and just admit your failure. That's my thing, you know.
How's he gonna admit his failure?
Fans a question.
Who's that Pokemon? It's J20.
J20
a Pokemon?
No. That's Arsenal great, man. Respect Curious George, man.
And Enrique would cook. We have wingers who can stay wide open. Let's defense is fine. Problems are midfield and striker. Let him solve our midfield issue.
But I don't get it. Like you're a football analyst. You claim to be the GOAT football analyst.
I am.
What kind of nonsense is let's bring Luis Enrique to this team?
Yes. If it's between keeping this fraud and Luis Enrique, I'm gonna roll the dice on Luis Enrique.
That's
that midfield.
But Zeman, hold on. That's the problem. That's the main issue. Is that you want to take managers, players, and you're trying to fit them in when they don't fit. Luis Enrique and Chelsea will never fit. Newsflash for Chelsea, it will never work. It will never fit. Luis Enrique is a possession-based type manager. Luis Enrique
is. Then who will fit for Chelsea then?
Get Hansi Flick. Get Hansi Flick.
Hansi Flick. Are you kidding me? Hansi Flick is possession-based.
No.
Let's drop the brick.
No.
That's what. Is he not a German manager?
No.
That's a brick statement. He's a highline merchant too.
But Zeman,
and he's for Germany as well.
For God's sakes, let me land. God damn it. You guys always interrupt. They don't understand, comprehend anything. Reason why I say I'd rather have Hansi The reason why I say Hansi Flick than Luis Enrique is I have more faith in Hansi Flick actually being more adaptable to the players and actually do something with the players than Luis Enrique. Hansi Flick, in my general opinion, can work with players, can actually come in mid-season, can work with players, and actually gets a tune out of the place he has.
Hansi Flick is the Germany manager, boy. Yes, he's a German manager.
He's Germany manager.
Yasser, I got a question for you. When has there ever been a case where Hansi Flick has gotten a midfield as bad as they have, players that are underperforming to this extent? I'm not talking about his Bayern days, where he had a team of leaders and world-class players. When has Hansi Flick ever been in that type of situation for you to say that he would handle it better?
I feel like he would handle it better than Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique is Luis Enrique is too much married to his philosophy. We've seen it in the World Cup. We've seen it in this World Cup. It makes sense, bro.
What did Germany do at the World Cup with Hansi Flick?
But that's Germany. The Germany is different.
He could adapt to it.
There we go.
Possession style, but let's be Enrique's especially. Enrique is the best manager you can have if you have players of 5-6 caliber and you want to take them to an 8-9. It's the best manager to do
Paul,
that.
you said you went with your heart when you were talking about Enrique. Why not going with your head? I want a manager who you go.
No,
you said
you're
going with your heart.
You understood wrongly. I will always go for Enrique. The heart or head is either I want him now, right, or I want him at the end of the season. That was my.
Okay.
To be fair, though, that is a big moment for me. Drop the brick. There's no difference. There's no difference between Hansi Flick and Luis Enrique.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's the same, bro.
This guy.
Yeah. At least I can admit when I'm wrong. I can admit when I got it wrong.
So yes, all that's passionate talking and passion and everything. Just to admit that you're actually.
I thought about it. No.
He asked us to land.
Yes, sir. Normally, you know how things work. You know, us human beings of the human race. Yes, sir.
I blame you.
Yes, sir. Human beings. How do I meet this guy? You see, as human beings, we think, then we talk. We don't talk, and then we think.
Bro,
so
this
think,
guy,
then talk.
This guy literally came in to do a surgery and be like, "My bad, I messed up, guys. I was not."
Hey, no, but you know, why do you think Zidane would be at Chelsea, or Hansi Flick would abandon Germany to go to Chelsea? This is another thing that bugs me. Zidane would never accept. Zidane has rejected.
Is not accepting.
Paul,
Zidane is France or Madrid. Forget it.
Paul, imagine is Zidane does with Chelsea what he did with Real Madrid in 2016.
It's not happening, bro.
It won't happen.
Get out of the way. Let me
Have
comment.
you
Let
seen
me.
the difference between the two teams? Zidane can't speak English, so.
Zidane's never coming to England. His wife doesn't want to come to England.
But
His
Paul,
family doesn't want to come to England.
I think my
Shake, that's a lie
bro.
because I go to Zidane's Instagram and they have been to London several times. Him and his wife have been to London.
Yeah, for like a 2-day vacation. Not going to stay for 2-3 years.
They're not going to live there.
She was smiling next to that red phone box. She was smiling next to that red phone box.
But Paul,
This is Madrid's own level.
No, but Paul. No. But just because I remember what I said. My initial point, I think, was like, forget about Hansi Flick. Luis Enrique, bro. That midfield, the midfield that he had in Spain, the midfield he has in Barcelona, bro. You're not gonna find a midfielders like that. You're not gonna find another Pedri.
No,
you're not gonna find an Iniesta.
He coached more teams than Barcelona and Spain just here.
But what I'm saying,
more than that, though.
But what I'm saying is, to get the best out of Luis Enrique, you had to have elite caliber midfield.
That's true.
You have to, bro. You have to.
That's not necessarily true.
No. But then
Danny Olmo and Sarabia.
But he still had Pedri. He still had Pedri. He still had Gavi. He still had old.
Yes, relax.
Let me land. All right. My thing is, you guys are making one argument for Luis Enrique, but I don't understand how Hansi Flick and Zidane don't fit into that as well.
But I said forget about Hansi Flick. I said forget about Hansi Flick. I said specifically.
You were literally arguing.
No.
Everyone. No one can reach their best with this team. That's the point. No one is going to do their best with this team. You got to pick someone and then work your way up. So why not Enrique, who makes a good system? He is a better coach than Potter. Perhaps the question is, he is free. You don't have to pay anything for him. The question is, just now or later. I think that's
maybe Diego Simeone though. I think maybe.
But wait, who do you think so?
He wouldn't be a bad fit.
You wouldn't.
Wait, hold on. Let me get this up. Where is Bompai's studio after today's loss?
So can you give me an explanation for that? He's on loan. Magpies is actually gone on loan. So
wait. Artists, are you? Because people in the streets were asking, "Are you okay?" Because you were coughing a lot or so.
Yeah.
Is everything fine?
I don't know what happened. Like I literally just started just coughing and stuff. I don't know where that came from. So I was like, right, I just moved myself. So, but no, I'm alive.
Just as long as you're well and healthy, man. So Ramesh Suresh, man. Hold on, what are we doing? Let me just switch this. For everyone, what is your single most favorite memory as a fan of your club?
We're gonna go around.
Beating Pep in the final.
No, mine is 2009 and 2011 final.
Okay, so
shut up.
Hold up. Here's the thing, though.
Yeah, let's go around.
Ziman, you can't say 2009 because you cheated. Ziman, you can't say 2009 because you cheated. So,
how does Yester feel, man? How did you feel after that goal? Explain to me in detail, man.
Jade Swiss, what's your favorite victory? Cheating for the 08 final?
Mine's 2008 and seeing John Terry crying. So it really made. I was only 7, but it just made me feel really happy seeing John Terry cry, especially when he slipped. Just that's the way to win it like that as well.
So
it's amazing.
Sorry. So basically, beating 10 men in rain through penalties, but you couldn't really beat.
Wait, you need a COVID pandemic to win a Champions League,
bro. That's doy. We did it through a pandemic.
Yeah, we did it with rain.
Basically, do you know what it means? Do you know what it means to win a UCL with COVID?
We beat a Russian club in Russia. That's pretty big.
Nemo, what's your favorite moment for your club? Your UCL win in 06 or wait?
All right. Well, seeing that I didn't actually get to see Arsenal win the league, I'll say my favorite memory was beating Chelsea in the FA Cup final twice. 2017 and going to 2020.
Wait, you've never seen your club win.
That's rude.
It's crazy, man.
I was 1 years old.
Wait, hold on. How old were you in 04?
What? I'll be 2, 3.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
Basically, it just puts things into perspective. Where like, I fully was aware when Arsenal were one of the best teams.
Yeah, it wasn't even. I mean, to be fair, it was a while ago.
You probably.
No, but what I want to say is that I was fully. It just shows you just like age differences and so forth. I was fully aware when like Arsenal were one of the best teams in the world.
Yeah, all I've seen is just FA Cups and just losses
and top 4 finishes.
That's crazy. Like the FA Cup,
because the weird thing though is that like
it's deep.
It's not the same as going onto YouTube and looking at the Invincibles play. Like I remember that season. And where these guys were just winning games, they would not lose. So these guys were going to lose, and just how they were playing, and what Henry was doing week to week. So basically, living it is different from going back. So basically, for young Aston fans, I feel so sorry, which is why, and I just think that I have zero sympathy for young United fans because you need to suffer like I suffered. You need to suffer like I suffered for young United.
Do you remember when? Do you remember when Potter was a player?
Okay, so.
No way, you do.
So here's the thing right now. Okay, I am not as old as you think I am.
Did you do
Black
did you do the hangout?
Don't crack.
Did you do the hangout for the '99 Champions League? After what was your reaction after the hangout?
Don't do it just like that. Come on, guys.
So Zima, that's why you're a dumb moron. Because in 1999, during the dial-up era, YouTube wasn't even a thought process. You stupid idiot. Clown. Your boy Marco. Ibrahimovic is arrogant, yes, but his performances were usually great. Plus, he's always been hilarious and charming, so his behavior gets a pass. Huh? No, arrogance is arrogance. The only person arrogance who gets a pass is
don't say Mourinho.
I
knew
that.
No, Why does he get a pass? Why does Mourinho get a pass? It don't make sense.
Because he's funny and we all like him. Everyone loves him, including Uzim and
Mr. Winger.
His arrogance defends his team. It's not he uses his arrogance and his shamelessness, we could say, to defend every team where he is and the interests of the team or the fan base. Ibrahimovic didn't defend anyone but himself. And same with other arrogant players.
Ramesh, HH has made enemies of fans of Messi, CR7, United, Arsenal, City, Barca, Uber Eats, Bundesliga, Pep, Klopp, Harry and Meghan, etc. And he wonders why people are clowning him when Chelsea are in the mall. Well, I don't have a response to that. I have a response, but not now. Not now. But that's okay. That's interesting. Sam, is that the weirdo guy? Help my. All right.
Wait, did you hear what John Obi Mikel said about Hazardich? Did you hear what he said?
Nix.
I swear to God, he's doing a world tour.
Nix, should we sack this clown? Nix, should we sack this clown, man?
The Showtime FC with Tommy.
Yes, that's my name.
I love this. I love this. This is so heartwarming. Like, there are a few things in the world that make me so excited. And seeing Chelsea in the mud week after week after
Jim Ratcliffe can come through.
And you know,
Jim Ratcliffe's bid is very good and it can come through. Because I read a report that says that's Qatar bid is a bit flaky. Jim Ratcliffe's bid can come through. Jim, let's go.
Jim is gonna work.
Jim, let's go. Jim, let's go.
You know, where's Jim getting the money?
You know the beautiful thing about this?
Hold on, Nick.
Because the games are so thick and fast, it's like there's no break. It's a Saturday and a Wednesday and a Saturday and a Thursday, Sunday. Like, it's literally back to back to back. There's just no rest for Chelsea fans. You can't even say, we're not playing this week, or I've got a week between matches. No, it's just back to back to back, and I love it. And I love it because not only are Chelsea fans spoiled, especially those who come through the Abramovich era, who were, you know, I'll say anyone around between 25, under 30s anyway. They lived through Abramovich era, and they don't know anything but success. So you have to hold it.
Those guys, they don't know about Dean Winders dropping a brace.
No, they don't.
Who is Dean Winders?
Bro, no. Jamal, ask Arnes or thingy. Every time Chelsea played Bradford City, Dean Winders is dropping a brace.
Wait, was he playing in 1960? Was he playing in 1965?
This is 90s and 2000s, early 2000s, late 90s.
Have an attacker named Speedy.
Nix.
Back in those
Nix.
Yeah, so for me, I'm just like, I'm just happy. I'm happy that you lot are going through this, and I'm happy because you lot were in denial when Abramovich left or he was forced out, and everyone was like rubbing their hands, like, all right, this is the downfall of Chelsea. Now, of course, it's only been 6 months, but you were, don't worry. And Todd B spent 250 million in the summer, and you said, ha. You thought just because Abramovich was gone, you can kill the man, but you can't kill the plan. I saw all those memes. The plan is dead. There is no plan. The man he's a madman. He's an absolute madman. Have you heard the saying? When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. That's Todd B. We thought he was a madman at first, and he's proved to be a madman. How do you give Graham Potter £600 million worth of talent? Like, in what world did he think that was going to work? It was never going to work. Anyone outside of the Disney, the English bias, knew that this was a step too far for Graham Potter from the outset.
No. But let me even, and this is why I always give Nick's credit for this. And Nick says before, and I keep on always wanting to make sure that I think it for Nick's. And Nick said that Potter's ceiling is Tottenham. That's his ceiling. That is his his level, like compete and so forth. He isn't a guy that's okay. It's about winning trophy. He's the level of Chelsea is not his level. His level is his ceiling is his Tottenham.
I remember you guys.
And he would have to prove it at Tottenham that he can then go to that next level. It's like Brendan Rodgers. It's like Roy Hodgson. Roy Hodgson was good with Fulham. And he did a good job at West Brom, kept them up, etc. But he went to Liverpool and the standards are different. Brendan Rodgers, he did brilliant with Swansea. And then he went to Liverpool and the standards are different. Now he's at Leicester, where, put it like this, what he's doing at Leicester is a sackable offence at any of the big 6 clubs. But he can do it at Leicester. He's allowed to do that at Leicester because he's won an FA Cup, because he's won a Community Shield. What Graham Potter is doing at Chelsea is a sackable offence. And the only reason why he's still in this job, and maybe he keeps his job going into next season, is Boehly's pride. Because if Boehly sacks Potter, he's admitting to the world that I ain't got a clue what's going on. That's all he's doing. So I'm happy. I long may this continue, because I think I was on your previous stream. I was listening to after the Chelsea game, and you kind of said, you always said, Moyes needed more time. He should add more
That's
window.
true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm now. Yeah.
When you come to the realization that when a man is not the right man for the job, no amount of time is going to make him the right man for the job, and that's the reality.
Wait, hold on.
No. But hold on. So
very true, Nick. Very true.
So when Moyes was sacked, United was 7th or 8th? When were United?
7th.
There's 4 games to go in the season, so.
And I like. I never wanted Moyes in the first.
Okay. So Moyes was sacked with 4 games left until the end of the season, and they were 7th.
He was sacked when we mathematically couldn't qualify for Champions League.
Yeah.
So that was in his contract.
Yeah.
And he had to qualify for Champions League.
Nick, we gave him a 7-year contract.
I remember.
What?
I think they still paying him like last year.
We started.
And the thing is,
you started it.
But that's why I said Ed Woodward. This reeks of Ed Woodward. Like
Todd Woodward now.
Todd Boehly reeks. Like everything he's doing reminds me.
Yeah, Todd Woodward. Get that trending. Todd Woodward.
And you know the thing is AJ, because everyone said a lot of people who have tried to excuse and make sense when there is no sense to be made of the madness of Todd Boehly. And that starts from sacking Tuchel and then spending 300 million or 400 million in a January transfer window when no one's ever done this, and giving these 7 to 8 year contracts. And people who, I don't know, want to be contrary or want to feel like they've got a higher level of learning and a higher level of thinking are trying to make sense of it. And I said, well, if you're saying that he's fast tracking the process and what teams do over 3 years and spend and buy all these players over 3 years to go and win a title and win the Champions League, he's doing it in one transfer window. Well, that means next year Chelsea must have to win the treble because he's doing the whole process in one transfer window. So next season Chelsea has to win the treble. So is Potter the man to win Chelsea a treble? That's the question you have to ask.
Nope.
No.
What the hell is he doing?
That's the problem.
Champions League.
Okay. Well, let me come to Jamal and then we'll go to the last topic. Jamal, talk to me.
H, man. My mid-table brother.
Congrats, though. Congrats on the second win in a row. Congrats to you, Jamal. I know it's been tough this season. You got some of your players back.
Why is Yasser with chest, man? Where's his chest coming from?
Yo, can I talk to my brother Jamal? Shut up, bro. Damn. Jamal, shout out to you. 2 wins in a row, bro. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Away to Newcastle. That's a tough game.
Why is Yasser being sarcastic? I'm happy. I'm happy with Liverpool.
I am. Yeah.
No, I mean
they moved from 8 to 8.
No. Drop the crack, man. Drop the crack.
If you lose against Newcastle.
Wait. Let Jamal land. Jamal, land on the points on your Chelsea. And Jamal, look, Jamal, go easy on me. I've already taken enough blues for the past hour and so forth. Man.
Yeah, man. I'll go easy on you. Pause. It's my mid-table brother, man. I mean, it's really hard.
No, Jamal, relax. Jamal, you're only. I think you're 5 points from top 4 with the game in hand. Or is it 7 points?
Yeah, we can actually see him on the
6
table.
points.
We can see him on the table.
And the game in hand is Chelsea, by the way.
What?
Easy people. But yeah, H, man. I mean, bro, 600 million to play haram football. Shout out Andrew Tate. Wait, you know what? Don't shout it out. Don't shout it. H, man. I mean, bro, I wanted to give Potter time. But, bro, I'm watching the performance, and it's not getting better. I mean, today's game,
by the way.
Bro, that first half was nasty. Bro, that first half, you made... No, I'm scratching that. Southampton didn't look good. That looked like 90th and 20th place fighting. And yeah, and H, man,
and Southampton were 19th.
Oh, dude. But do you know what's the good thing about football? Around the corner, good things always happen. You're still in the Champions League. You can still win it. I know you're not gonna win it, but bro, you're still in it. And once you're still in it, you could win it.
Jamal, here's my thing though. I want a manager in before that Dortmund game. If this Quidditch, Slytherin, Gryffindor, Hermione,
hold on,
Ron Weasley clown is still in charge,
that's not
Dortmund.
Yeah, but
Eric, Eric, if this
Nah.
Gryffindor, Slytherin clown is still in charge and we lose to Dortmund,
Potter was
then
Potter
I want
has had a
I want him to go get on his Bournemouth broomstick and hop over back to whichever house.
To be fair to Potter, he's had a good run.
Before there's two things. Yeah, there's two things. I just want to ask you this question: who will be your first choice as a manager? And after that, I have to say this statement. You know, you keep saying Darwin Nunez is a flop. He scored 13 goals overall this season. I think he scored more than all your forwards combined. So yeah,
man, Jamal.
That's what I said.
Jamal, do you know that there's forward line probably costs in excess of 300 mil?
How many forwards do we even have? How many strikers do we have?
Ziyech, Pulisic,
Felix,
Modric,
Technically, Lukaku as well. He's
Mount,
coming.
One more thing. Modric is gonna be the new 007, by the way.
Hey, I thought Potter was 007 at this rate.
Look. Last thing before we get out of here, man. So it's real quick here, and Samasi, is Union Berlin going to say what's up?
They will. Oh my god.
Wow.
They're gonna play tomorrow against Schalke, who are in the relegation zone. So they're gonna win, be top of the league. And next week we're gonna play against them.
Woo!
And Upamecano has a red, so he's not gonna play. And Kimmich in the last game got the second yellow, so he's not gonna play. So I don't know what who's gonna play in the midfield or our defense. I don't. If Nagelsmann goes free at the back and use Gnabry as a right wing back again,
oh wow,
I will quit. I can't do this anymore with this man. Next experience, I can't do this anymore.
No,
every fucking game.
No. My thing is this. I mean, if Union Berlin win this, what are we saying? I mean, okay, put it this way. Wait. If Union Berlin win the Bundesliga, would that be a greater achievement than Leicester City winning the Premier League?
No.
Yes. Good night. Yes.
No.
10 in a row, guys. 10 in a row.
Eric, you were too quick to say. No, wait. I'll continue. Eric, you were because I think that's a great thing. Eric, you're too quick to say no.
Yeah,
we understand the Premier League and so forth. No, because Eric, let's look at the level of the land. This is Bayern Munich, who pretty much own the German league.
10 in a row.
And I wanted the 10 in a row and cannibalize. This is Union Berlin going up against the might of Bayern Munich. Now, this what is good is that they are protocols. So if you say Leicester City is the spending power of the Premier League, it is the amount of teams you have to compete and the amount of teams you have to go up against and so forth. If we're looking at the Bundesliga,
but you also got to remember the previous season they were battling relegation. That's something you got to add with Leicester City. Whereas Union Berlin, they have.
RDS, not only relegation, they were battling the fact that they could disappear as a club.
Yeah,
that's true.
Whereas Union Berlin have been
mid-table.
I mean, they've been mid-table. It's not like they were they were garbage, and so they were. So that's just the only thing just as a factor to bear in mind.
No. Wait, you were talking about Leicester.
Yeah, I was talking about Leicester.
No, I didn't know Leicester. I was saying Union Berlin was very close, and Samasi, correct me if I'm wrong, but not very long ago, in fact, they were very close to disappearing as a club. And they got a lot of money from their own fans. Yeah. And then it was when this run started. So it's a story
the stadium was built by fans and volunteers.
Wow.
Wow.
That's mad.
That's crazy.
Okay, that's it. Okay. It's Doi. No, that's it. I'm done. It's Doi. It's Doi.
And by the way,
fans built the stadium? No. Show me proof that fans built that Fox's stadium. Then we have it again. Fans built the stadium? That's Doi.
There's a bank. Oh, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, like, not to mention, like, if you actually look at it, what Leicester had to face was an Arsenal side that was top and somehow ended up in third place at the end of the season. Like, and they were competing with Spurs. You're competing with Bayern, bro. Teachers Union winning against Bayern is crazy, bro. Like, if you actually deep it though with the squad they have, they probably don't. I'm guessing that they're probably not financed as much, and you just look at that and just. There's no way you could tell me Leicester is.
I'll push back on Leicester thing because we're taking Leicester thing they've taken Leicester with hindsight because Leicester won the league. At the time Leicester won, Leicester, because yes, you're right. Union Berlin was strong, but they've been building away since 2019. Like with Leicester City, I'm just thinking probability. Like literally the previous season, they were about to be relegated into the Championship division. They then obviously made a managerial change, bringing Ranieri in, and then he started, and who obviously saved them into the Premier League. Like the following season, they brought in. I think Kante came in for that season, and with a few buys. No one looked at the Leicester City team and were like, "This is a squad that's going to do anything, let alone compete." It was just
others on that point though. Before I forget. Is there anybody in Union Berlin's team that is as good as Kante and Mahrez? Shout out to Leicester finding them. Shout out to Leicester finding them.
That's hindsight again. It's hindsight.
That's what I'm saying. That's hindsight though.
But Nix, I to be honest though, as much as I understand,
Forest was 500,000.
what Leicester City did was amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. It has to be one of the most amazing thing I've ever witnessed in football.
Where's Morgan? Robert
But
who?
yeah, like,
Danny
but
Simpson.
at the same time, I feel like though you look at the Premier League, you look at how frequently like clubs literally go down to the championship and come back up, go down to the championship, come back up. They have the parachute. You look at Union Berlin, you're like, there's no money in the Bundesliga. There's nothing. There's no way. Because of the 50+1 rule, you don't have the opportunity where Manchester City were under
It's even
Matt
deeper,
Hughes.
Yasir. Like they don't have they didn't have as much money as the normal Bundesliga team. Like they were even under the.
But so
money doesn't
But if
come
you look
into it
at it,
because everybody was.
Look at
I don't
Leipzig.
think you guys are deep. Union Berlin, last season, I looked at the last year table. They were in 5th place, so to a certain extent,
Yeah.
going from
So they've been
5th to
building it.
1st.
I mean, come on, guys.
We're comparing two great sides. We're comparing two sides that beat the odds.
But yes, there also we look at Leicester. I had to double check. I wasn't sure. Leicester's last time in the Premier League before their one season back fighting relegation, and then the second season they won the league. They were last in the Premier League 2004.
Wow.
So that's 11 years, well, 10 years before they got promoted. 1 year fighting relegation, next year winning it. So that parachute payment, whatever, TV, everything's changed. TV deals that the Premier League were getting over the next 10 years, Leicester weren't in it. They had to buy Morris for 500. They got Vardy from the
They got Conte from 2nd division. Like,
No, but even if you're talking about
they were spending millions getting their signings.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, even this whole point about like spending more money. You're still in a league where everybody is getting at least, whatever it is, 100,000 for being in the league. So it doesn't give you any kind of advantage over the people above you. So I don't really see the arguments.
Eric. So let me ask you a question, Eric. What would be a Leicester City equivalent in the Bundesliga then? Like what?
Braunschweig.
It's not Union Berlin. Like,
Actually, Braunschweig. Wherever they are. Where are Braunschweig at?
You always be picking
I don't
on those
know,
type of
like
names, man. Always picking on those type of names.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was Granada, now it's Braunschweig.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Nix and Eric have a point.
Wait, hold on. See, but
They
I
have a
have
point,
basically,
bro.
I have my real space. I have what's it called? It's Scunthorpe, Pescara, Braunschweig. Those are my teams.
Lugo as well.
And Lugo.
Braunschweig is not even in the Bundesliga.
Oh, no, that's my point. Okay, look.
So once again, I just got some stats quickly. You know how I like my stats.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Nix.
Leicester had 11 wins and 19 losses in the first season of the Premier League when they came back. The next season, they more than doubled their wins. So they went from 11 wins to 23 and from 19 losses to 3 losses. That turnaround is
Come on, guys.
crazy. That is, whereas you look at Union Berlin, since they've been back in the Bundesliga, so they had 12 wins in their first year, 17 losses. 12 wins in their second year, 8 losses. 16 in their third year, 9 losses. And now they're on 13 wins at the moment. So there's been a steady progression.
They have more wins than Bayern.
In the Bundesliga. And it's still a great...
What did you say, Simasi? You said they have more wins than Bayern.
Yeah.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, 13 wins. They have
It's still
13
an
wins. Bayern
amazing
have 12 wins.
achievement. I just think
Maybe
the
Cole
jump
was
from one
right.
season to
Maybe
the next.
Cole was right.
But Nix, but
Wait,
also
let me. Okay, cool. What would be I don't know why you're smiling, bro. Cool. So, what do you think would be a big achievement? Union Berlin winning or Leicester winning?
Right. He was right.
To be honest, I think a bigger achievement would be Union Berlin winning HH because, I mean, this is a team that.
Wait,
But you
why are
hate
smiling?
Nagelsmann.
No, I'm smiling because like I wasn't expecting them to be at this stage.
Nagelsmann is out. That's what
But
it's
yeah, I feel like it's all because of Nagelsmann. This is why we're at where we're at right now. But again, HH before even Union Berlin wins it, I don't see them winning HH. I think Dortmund will win this Bundesliga this season because HH the reason why I'm saying this is, bro, like there's 13 games left And I think if there's any team who's gonna win it, I think Dortmund can. Union Berlin, they could drop points tomorrow. They drop points against like a small mid-table team, their season's over. But for Dortmund,
wow, look at our form of Dortmund. Wow.
yeah. So like for
Wait, so
me,
literally it's like fourth to fifth. It's only 3 points.
Yeah,
from like
this
it's
is a
only
very
3 point
close
difference.
race.
It's
Right.
only 3 point difference. Even Frankfurt is also in it.
Yeah,
So
5 points
it's-
between sixth
There is
and
a
fifth.
better title race
Yeah.
in Bundesliga than in Premier League.
Don't let Freiburg don't
Yeah.
let Freiburg win the league, man. Don't
Bundesliga. Bayern
Bro,
made the Bundesliga.
no,
Nagelsmann made the Bundesliga competitive.
Yeah, he made it competitive. But yeah, I think Dortmund has a chance of winning it more than Berlin does. But HH, I'm gonna really be honest with you. This is just me.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. I am so tired of watching this bullshit. It is too much. It's too much to bear. Every week, I come out here and I say to myself, why is this guy still managing this club? Against PSG, he was unexpiring. Didn't really show anything in terms of his tactics. I thought that no, it wasn't due to his it was more of the individual brilliance of Koeman, why we won that game. And then I look at someone like Oliver Kahn and Brazil, like, what are you guys waiting for, bro? Like, we only have 13 games left. We're gonna play Union Berlin next week. If we get a draw next week, trust me, this Bundesliga race is over. If they keep on letting him stay as manager, it's gonna be over because we have to play Dortmund, mind you. And Dortmund, if they get a draw against us and they win against those teams that they usually struggle against, they're gonna win the league. So right now, it's more of a race between us and Dortmund, not really us and Union, because I think Union Berlin will drop points tomorrow, HH. I don't see Union Berlin keeping it up. I'm really sorry. I think as good as they are, I know they've been consistent, but I just feel like if it comes to the Bundesliga, you start seeing the last maybe 4 or 5 games, it starts kind of turning into Dortmund's favor.
So basically, you're giving it to Dortmund then?
I'm giving it to Dortmund because I feel like when it comes to those last 4 or 5 games, HH, of the season, we'll see maybe in the 5th game that, Union Berlin is leading, but then Dortmund will overtake them because of maybe them dropping those points against those, mid-table teams in those last 4 to 5 games.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
Okay, let me hear this quickly. So, Aston, the great break of Yasser. Sorry, Yasser.
What are we saying of Haaland narrative? Every time Haaland is in a team, they can't win the league.
No.
So
Paul,
when Haaland is on Dortmund,
Paul, I dare City not to win this league. I dare them.
And
I dare
Dortmund
them.
to win it.
Arteta
Yeah,
was
exactly.
battling relegation in 20.
That's true.
I don't care. HH, it's hero time. Hashtag Ben 10. What do you mean by Ben 10? What do you mean by Ben 10? Graham Potts, did you hear what Clanwell said? I'm not the problem. Of course you're the problem. Listen,
Why
how
would
do
you say
come
that?
out
He
in your
didn't say
press
that.
conference?
He didn't
He
say that.
needs
He
to
didn't
give
say that.
sex for his
He
interviews.
didn't say
Oh,
that.
no.
Needs to be sick.
Okay. To paraphrase, he says that fans who think that I'm the problem, I wouldn't say that they're exactly right, but they have every right to voice their opinion and so forth.
Basically, he said
Which
he
basically
doesn't
means
agree.
I'm not the problem.
Agree to disagree. It's basically his answer.
That's a manager
Give
without
me
a
a break.
backbone. Keep it alone, man.
Oh.
Oh yes.
No,
yes.
but Zeman, this is a
Yes.
club that hired
Yes.
that had
Shut up.
Kai Havertz
No,
playing as a number 9,
No,
and they
no,
thought
no,
they could
no,
replace
no.
him with Joao Felix.
Yes.
Oh, for God's sake.
My people have spoken.
Oh, man.
Welcome to the truth, man. Yasser has he knows the truth, and then everyone
Union
else-
Berlin was an East German club. Hashtag
make
no
me
more
a-
Nvidia.
make me a signal when Seaman stops the cooking. I will unmute the PC. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no. Leave it on mute. The guy's a full on
It's the
troll.
truth. You know, man. You know,
Ramesh,
it's the truth. Man.
new plan: hire Enrique on loan for CL games.
Potter
It's
assistant
not
coach.
good.
Is that what we're saying? Is he an assistant coach? Is that what we're saying, Potter? That's something you can do.
Have 3 managers or so.
This is some NFL. You got offensive code to defensive code.
So they say, okay, so Porto, why didn't you fly the broomstick to the right instead of to the left and everything, right? And so forth.
No, can I ask you guys a question?
No. I'm asking the questions right now. Can Leicester City please say what's up?
Why?
I'm begging you.
Okay, how does that benefit you? How does that benefit you? How does that benefit Chelsea at 10?
I'll tell you how it benefits you.
How does that benefit Chelsea at 10?
United suffering is the only thing I can clutch onto now. That's the only thing I clutch onto now.
Come on.
AJ's question. If you had a choice, who would you rather win the league? Man United or Arsenal? If you had to choose one.
I'm Arsenal.
Arsenal.
You rather Arsenal win the league?
Okay. I saw this, but I'll tell you again if you don't know.
Wait. Before you go, a quick question, and you can go back to that.
Yeah.
Champions League final, Man United or Arsenal?
No, that's not happening this season.
Arsenal.
Europa.
You don't
Europa final.
Wait. Sorry, Nick, what do you say?
Champions League final, Man United versus Arsenal. Who would you rather win?
Arsenal.
I'd rather have Arsenal win.
Arsenal, yeah.
No.
No.
They're
bigger
than you. Nick, here's the thing. No, Nick, I don't think you understand.
It's crazy.
I hated United before I liked Chelsea because I can say because of my big brother, his favorite player was Cantona, and United was his team, and I just had to be the opposite of him. So I was there when United were at their peak. This is when they won everything. And I was like, why do these guys win all the time? So it was being young. I was like, why do they win all the time? So I was annoyed because they kept on winning. So I was like, no, screw these guys. Why do they keep winning? And then I was like, no, I hate them because they always win every time. I was like, no, lose, you bastards. So my thing though is that like, this period has been amazing for me because I'm like, wow, you guys are actually suffering right now after I had to go through that hellish period under Fergie. So my thing is that United back with Qatar, it's a disaster because I'm like, no. I had to live through this crap. Do you know what this means? Where these guys United didn't lose. I told you, Pep is yet still to do 3 in a row. This guy did 3 in a row twice.
They did lose the Champions League final.
But here's the thing though. Zeman, Paul, and Samasi. This is a clear example why Manchester United is the greatest and biggest club in all of England because we have a Chelsea fan all the time hating on us. Then we have a Liverpool fan come on. We have Patrick and Don Smore come on. We have Arsenal fans come on. And who do they hate? One club, and that's Manchester United.
Actually, that's
we are everyone's rival. That's what we are.
No, hold up. United for the last decade, United were irrelevant. Chelsea didn't care about United for the last decade. So no.
Oh yeah. Sure you didn't.
I cared about them, HH.
Can I say something?
Let me quickly. I'm exclusive. So the B contacted ex-Spain coach Enrique. Okay. On that note, guys, Leicester City, please do us all a favor and beat the crap out of those Qatari pricks. Peace out.